she meant it wasn't frowned upon like it is now by anybody.
And why can't you just say that without having, that's all she said. She didn't say, oh, there was nothing, you know, she wasn't agreeing with it.
But that Virginia governor was bad about that. He had a Ku Klux Klan
Well, no matter what,
right next to him.
No matter what time you did that, that was out in bad taste. I mean, they probably went as a bunch of buddies, as two buddies.
But they also had the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm literally going to be too hot.
We're up.
On late term abortion. Hundreds of pro-life.
Oh, we're up, right? You got a picture of me taking off my shirt?
That's nice.
There we go. So you. There you go.
Spectacular.
I don't know why I'm breathtaking. Like I'm a big shot.
Spectacular was the breast, though.
Yeah. What's that? You see the email?
They're real. They're real. And they're spectacular.
That's what she's reading. I'll go over it later.
Yeah. Hey, you guys don't do any breast or anything, right? Nothing with breast, right?
No.
Hey guys.
You know, a lot of women are now going in for breast reduction.
Yeah.
It's Sue Cosner, sexual health expert on men's performance in the bedroom.
Yeah, no, we
touch
do
that
not.
dial.
This thing.
If you've been listening to this radio
About
station,
giant
you
breasts,
probably
I
heard a
never
compelling
understood.
radio
I-
ad.
Were those threads I looked on the
All natural
YouTube?
male enhancement.
You guys do that and stuff? I mean, isn't it kind of like,
Natural really work.
you just gotta stick them in the ground?
What, the
The threads, I looked on YouTube and stuff, how they do it and stuff. It's like,
The thread lift?
It will
Yeah,
transform your
it's
life.
definitely
If you do
more
it right-
work than it is.
Strong,
When is this coming up,
it
guys?
has
Right now?
blood flow fast. No prescription, no side effects.
You
Just
really,
imagine
we gotta
Viagra
get
on
it fixed,
steroids.
man. We've gotta be
Call
able to
Noxitrol
communicate.
now
really
and
do
take
like
advantage
that.
of an incredible free bottle offer.
Did anybody say anything that you
Find
can't
out how
talk to
to get a
Ross
free bottle
either?
of Noxitrol. Call 800-993-0840. 800-993-0840.
That's Jack.
Free bottles for a limited time. Call now. 800-993-0840. 800-993-0840.
College student
1 minute to a
High
60.
blood pressure? Are you looking to start an
You
exercise
guys are
program?
smart enough to
If
know
so, you may qualify
what
for
that
a
means.
research study. Investigators at
So
the
are you
University
trying
of
to
Colorado and Sheets
bury
Medical
the
Campus are
lives
looking for
there,
individuals
you know,
to
like-
participate in a research study that examines changes in
Yes, sir.
physical function
There are
and
some that are always-
cardiovascular
yes.
risk among men and women aged 60 and older who have high blood pressure.
Yes.
Eligible participants are healthy adults over the age of 60 years who have high blood pressure, are not
worry.
regularly exercising, and do not have a history of heart disease. If this sounds
But no
like
matter
you
what,
or someone you know,
because I do
contact us
60
at
to 60.
720-848-6376 to learn more about the
Oh,
study.
okay,
To
okay,
find out
I
if
got
you
you.
want to
All right, I
help,
got
call
you.
720-848-6376.
But there are always there are some fire
720-848-6376. Contact us at 720-848-6376. That's
By the way, guys,
720-848-6376.
I'd like to talk. Let's talk about living stem cell therapy, because one of the few clinics that does it right, Centeno Schultz. One thing I want to tell you about Centeno Schultz is right now, Dr. Chris Centeno, the founder, in conjunction with Regenex Clinics, are doing a clinical study, a research study. So step right up, research study. 50%, no. This is a true research study, free of charge to all participants. This is a clinical trial. It's a double blind. They'll explain the details. You can be part of it if you qualify, of course, certain conditions. For sure, rotator cuff tear or ACL tear. If you have shoulder pain, knee pain, get checked out. All the better if you've already been diagnosed and you have imaging. Dr. Chris Centeno, literally the inventor of stem cell therapy in a clinical setting. A research study, 303-963-9201. Ask for details, 963-9201. The website, avoidsurgerytoday.com. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you can help home buyers.
Ideal Home Purchase Plan, that is an all-encompassing roadmap to buying your next home. Our truly closing guarantee, where we underwrite and approve your loan up front. Our home buyer scouting report, where you search for your next home, so that when we find a house that works for you, close quickly without overpaying.
So, do we have extra strength there?
3-867-7000. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DOR. NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 4445 ID.
I bought you 2 of these.
Oh, good.
Is that what you wanted?
Thank you.
I know.
Yes, nailed it. Nailed it.
630 KHOW has been started $1,000. Now, text the nationwide
I gotta figure out my workout schedule.
200. You'll get a text
Why
confirmed.
I get paid in certain areas for certain things.
Supply in this nationwide contest. That's talk to 200 200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
The Troubleshooter. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. I am a consumer advocate. Now, this hour is brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, as they say with Josh Groden and Grogan, whatever his name is, and all these singers loved by millions. Boxcar Willie, you know, they always have, they're loved by millions, sell albums in Europe, you know, those 1-800 numbers. Well, Frank Duran is loved by millions. I swear to you, everybody's ever used him as a real estate agent, whether you're buying or selling.
He's like the monkeys.
Yeah. I'm not biting for that one. Mark tries to get me. I'm not going to do it anymore. By the way, we start this show usually with full lines, maintaining full lines, or nothing. I have never understood that. Sometimes, nothing. Like today, you know, for some reason, usually it's weather-related or something, vacations. Yeah. Or it's packed lines. It's weird. It's just weird. So you can get right through. And I'll always let you know when a line is open or when you can call 303-713-TALK. The other numbers available, if you just want to remember 303-MARTINO, that works 24/7. So if we're on the air, it'll come through and be screened. And if we're not on the air, it'll go to the office. And if we're not there, it'll go to voicemail. Dan, did we have any interesting questions today on 303-MARTINO?
Yeah, being we're slow here, we do the Social Security scam.
Okay.
The guy says it's really good.
He has a number? Good,
Yep.
Okay. And, of course, give us your call, and I'm going to tell you about our guest in a minute here. We have, oh, thank you. Do you need do you want me to just take this sheet here? All right. So, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're buying or selling, don't ever try to do it yourself. You don't need to. And the thing about Frank is, statistically, he's the best, and emotionally, and also expert-wise, and every other way you can feel about a person, you'll feel with Frank. So he fills all the notches and check boxes for a real estate broker. 303-713-TALK. He sells his properties faster and for more money. So his number is 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. So what's on your mind today? If you think you've been lied to, cheated, ripped off, there's actually a place in the media you can call right here, right now. This is media with a purpose. Many times because of the influx we have in our population, I have to just tell you what it's all about. And I really mean any problem, question, or complaint. Even if we don't so-called handle it, you know, like quote, unquote, out of our jurisdiction. A consumer problem can be anything from employment to buying and selling to banking, finances, healthcare, all of that. We have stopped rip-offs when people call for advice. We have also, of course, gone after the bad guys, and that's what it's all about. We go after the bad guys, and then we promote the good guys. But the good guys we promote, they are policed. They are continually monitored on the referral list at referrallist.com. So welcome. And today what we have is we have the Hormone Bros. I love the website because I invented it. Ha ha. I just saw them and said, okay, 3 brothers, they're cool, they're young, they're in it to win it. They're in it for the hormone optimization and a lot more. They also do, like, you know, fillers and natural collagen enhancers like microneedling and things that you can ask about. The thread lift is all the rage, but please get it done right or you look like Scarecrow, you know, with the stitches across you. But I'm just kidding. A thread lift, though, truly, if it's done right, it's really cool results. So you can call the Hormone Bros, and the name of their clinic is Revitalized Health. They're at 470 in Ken Carroll. And they're in. All three of them are in. Joe, John, and James to say hi. And we never have a single topic show. But because they're here, you can ask questions about hormones, hormone optimization, vitamins, energy levels, age-defying treatments. And I do have a few questions that I put aside in a folder when I know people are coming on the show. And I do have some questions for them when it comes to this the cosmetic procedures. And those seem to be the most asked about, other than hormone replacement. And hormone replacement, as far as testosterone, estrogen, those are the main ones. And they also do thyroid treatments. And with treatment with thyroid, you either have an overactive or underactive thyroid. So welcome, guys. We're going to talk to you. And we're also going to go to the phones, 303-713-TALK. So the first and foremost, on follow-up, Stan, did we get any callbacks on those clowns? On anybody you called yesterday?
No, not yesterday. No.
Okay, because we had some pretty good ones that we were going to help with. Now, this one is a Social Security scam. I asked that we had a masked number that doesn't come through because it comes through as callback line. So, I don't know.
He said that he's been able to call both on his work and his home phone.
Okay.
So it should work.
So this number, this 973 number, is someone who says they're from the Social Security Administration.
Yep, they got a warrant out for his arrest.
Okay, we love talking to these. And did Dave let on that he knew about it or not?
He said he basically, they yelled at him and stuff when he tried
Oh, so he did. Oh, he did expose that he knew.
Right.
Because I wanted to say I'm calling for him, so I'll have to say someone else. If any of you have been called by these scammers, let us know and get a number. But here's the problem. Whenever I call lately, they've been hanging up on me. And I can't block our number. I can't do the *67. It doesn't let us. I'll try. Hold on. Hold on. Why am I not hearing it? There. Now, I got to dial 9 to get out. Then if I do *6, see? Why doesn't it let us do *67, Shannon? Do you know?
Because that phone was built in 1940.
Okay. I'm just going to call it. But I know that they're going to probably... Because they have caller ID. And why would iHeart, why would it not have blocked lines anyway? Why? Please answer. I'm calling, supposedly, the Social Security Administration. But they don't answer. And he said the number works. They see our callback number. That's all I can surmise. And I'll bet you they have figured it out. We get so many people calling him. I'm going to give the number out to see if someone else can get a reaction or something. Man. See, that's the problem. If you call with your cell phone, then your cell phone's out there. Oh, wait, you can *67 on a cell phone, right? So let me try that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So I'm going to try. So what do you do is, like on a phone, you just go to the keypad, and then I just do *67, right? And then, have you done it with cell phones, guys?
You got it. Then just put the number in.
973-440. Okay, and I'll give this number out in a minute. Let me just see if I can get through on this. And then I get speaker. Let me see. See, they may just take a break, you know, at the IRS.
Could be 2 a.m. in the morning over there.
Yeah, but they're working with America. By the way, folks, give us a call right now. You can get right through 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, and we'll help you with any problem, question, or complaint.
You know how my daughter got rear-ended the other day?
Oh, that's terrible, yeah. And
so we got the hospital bill.
Yeah.
It's you hear these stories about
now hold on. Now she had some diagnostics, or is this before that?
I just want to talk. No, this is
all right. Hold it because
it's astonishing.
Just hold on. Okay, we got more.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs. The more
Interesting way to get
I
the
believe it,
protein.
Mark.
Oh, wait till you hear it, man. Wait till you hear it. The one thing on there, you always hear people say it, and I always thought they were exaggerating, and there it is in black and white.
You got hit big time?
Well, the other insurance company is going to get hit big time. MedPay is okay. So
I'd like to
MedPay,
get
in
some
my
opinion
opinion,
on
is
it,
just
talk to
fucking.
me. And I want to ask him how that.
I'll say that because it doesn't cover. It covers virtually.
I just want to.
Most people's MedPay is $5,000.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15.
Yeah. So mine's 10. The 10,000, she was in the hospital for 4 hours. The 10,000 doesn't even represent 25% of the bill. So therefore, what does it fucking matter?
What are you talking about?
We'll talk about it.
It's just that you get it up front. I guess.
Who cares if you get it up front? Who gives a shit?
Guys, we weren't going to talk ahead of time.
You know, Trump's speech, he mentioned that as far as doing that, so hospitals actually put the pricing up front.
You can get prices on.
Wait, just wait till
If
you
you're
hear
doing
it.
a kitchen project, you don't have to run all over.
We hear it all the
So
time.
text Ted Bowen and ask how the special's going.
To go in there for him to get an aspirin.
We want to talk it up and yuck about it. And if you're getting any interesting emails or any crazy ones, it's just a way to get us into the pub and to talk about it. It's fun. It's a fun thing. It's not meant to be like, it's just meant to be fun.
Okay.
Just have some fun talking about it. If they're getting any emails or people aren't biting, because I told people it was my idea, and I just want to have fun with it. Like, he can even say, well, Tom, I think it was a bad
Hi,
idea.
Ted.
You know, that kind of thing.
It's
Anything you
Suzanne with the
want.
Martino Show. How you doing, man?
That's exactly right.
Good. Was your grandbaby born?
Valentine's Day is right around.
Jeez, I hope it was born.
I
think they induced her a week ago.
It's not
That'd be the longest inducement.
dangerous game. Thankfully,
That's so funny. We scheduled that.
Just hope,
Suzanne was sick of being pregnant. We literally just said, okay, we'll be in. That was it.
just hope they don't do it in Virginia.
only $2.99.
Women are always complaining about pregnancy. I got to tell you, or giving birth.
Is that
It didn't affect me at all. I felt nothing.
Dan, is that the only state?
Helzberg Diamonds.
Virginia that has the fourth trimester.
I know you want to say it, but is that the only state? I thought it was Kumho that did it.
Kumal's got up to the point of
The day of born.
Yeah.
The day of birth. Which is bizarre.
Well, I don't understand the justification for the other one, though. See, I got to tell you something, though.
If the kid is very...
I've been talking about it, but what does the actual bill say? Can somebody pull it?
Oh.
I know it's online somewhere. Can you get it? I'd like to see it.
Not referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dinners, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-731-1300.
Oh, these are accents.
Or visit DenverDentist.com.
Did you know there's a way to list your home to attract multiple offers and incite bidding wars? Hi, I'm Tom Martino.
Who's
you
his
know
rep?
what it is? Don't feel bad.
Frankie.
Neither do most real estate
I want to make
brokers.
sure
But
he's not
Frank
getting hit
Durant,
over
real
the head.
estate man, uses
Frank Durant?
system in
Me.
all of his listings.
There's simply no substitute for drive, discipline, passion, and experience, and we give you that.
Frank Duran, part of RE/MAX Alliance. No one better. 303-920-1622. 920-1622.
When the pharmacist told me that my prescription would cost $89, I was shocked. I had insurance, and yet I still couldn't afford to take the medicine my doctor prescribed.
CEO Doug Hirsch discusses why he started Good
I don't think they make that value.
Pharmacies near me and found out that they were wildly different. That got me
On the
thinking.
next
We
break.
shop around for the best prices on everything.
Yeah, no.
Why don't we shop around for the best prices on prescriptions? So I started GoodRx.com.
Okay, yeah.
80% off retail prices.
GoodRx compares prices for every prescription drug at CVS,
I'm just loading
Walgreens,
up my
Walmart,
spots,
and
guys.
thousands of other pharmacies. We offer free coupons that help get
I
your
should have done it
best
before the show.
Last year,
Okay.
GoodRx saved Americans over $2 billion.
Value
And we'd love to help you too.
GoodRx can find prescriptions that cost less than insurance.
Bullshit, man.
Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Find the best price, download a free coupon, and save up to 80%.
This car. I bought the last one so good. Now I'm pissed off how much more these are.
What do you mean so good?
I bought hers brand new for like $13,000. Now they're $16,500, and I know they're going to total it.
Joe, I got you.
Original social media.
John.
Dangerous time.
We should have wore scrubs with our name. There was a 50-50 chance. I just remember Joe was the dumb one. I mean not the doctor.
He's the money man. He's the money man.
Tom Martino,
your troubleshooter. I really am, and I really love helping you and helping people, so welcome. 303-713-TALK. The Hormone Bros are in the studio. Tom wants to talk about a progressive insurance refund. Go ahead, Tom, your turn.
Hi, yes, thank you.
Yes.
In January, I sold my motorcycle, and so I contacted Progressive to cancel my motorcycle policy.
Yeah.
Got $30 coming back to me,
Sure.
not a huge amount.
Sure.
They said, well, we'll go ahead and credit that to the card that we have on file, and I said, well, that card no longer is valid. That account, that checking account and everything is closed. I said, can you put that $30?
Was it a debit card or a credit card?
It was a debit card attached to a checking account.
I got you.
And so I said, can we just put that $30 and apply that balance towards my auto policy? They said, no problem. We can
That's
do
very.
that.
They can. It's so complicated.
Yeah. So out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, I had to make a change to my auto policy. So I called and I asked, said, hey, I haven't seen this credit applied to my auto policy. What's going on? Long story short, they talked to them and went through the phone hell of trying to talk to, because they couldn't even tell me at first where they had sent my credit to. They didn't have any idea. So finally, turns out they did in fact return my refund to that account, which is no longer.
Well, your bank would have a record of it and could easily get you that money.
Well, I don't bank with that bank anymore. I no longer have
they
any
can still
account.
they can still get you the money, or it was sent to the escheat funds. I mean, here's what I'm saying: one way or another, you're going to get it. I mean, they're not going to cheat you on it.
Well, what they're telling me finally is that we sent it to the bank, and the bank never bounced it back to us. So until the bank sends us the money back, and we can give it.
Okay, if they can give you, if they can give you wiring IDs, dates, and all that, that bank will trace it and get it to you. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but they can. Tom, they can't. They really can't reverse it if the bank kept it. I mean, they can if they just want to lose the money. Well, it's really not a big deal. It was stupid. They should have listened to you. They don't. Here's the deal: you get a transcript of the wire, or of the however they did it. You get the transcript. You go to your bank. Banks don't steal. They don't care to steal. That money is either sitting there in limbo, or they sent it to the escheat funds. I don't think it's long enough to send to escheat. So you're going to get the money, but it just takes a little legwork, which is a pain in the butt. Okay?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's $30.
I know.
It's just like I didn't know. I just feel like I was
what you're saying is you are. I mean, here's what they did. They simply refunded it. No matter what you said, it was like blah blah blah. That's what they heard. Wah 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 wah. And then they went and did it the normal fashion. And you're right, Tom. It's a pain in the ass. You know what? If it was like way more money or something, we'd actually make the calls for you. But just call them and just say, I need the ID. That's it, man. Give me the transcript of the transfer. And then that bank. And Tom, if you have any problems at all, call us back. KB, what's happening?
Hello?
Hey, KB, I'm Tom Martino. What's happening?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I had a couple of problems. About the middle of last year, I had, you know how people sell loans? I refinance.
That's right. That's right. Most of the time, one of two things are done. Either they sell the entire fund, and that means if Ideal Home Loans, who is a banker, they put up literally $200,000 or $500, put the whatever number, they put it up, and then they loan you the money. Now, they can sell now the servicing of that loan, meaning that a portion of the return, like if it's a 4% loan, maybe an eighth or of it goes to the servicer who does all the keeping track of and collections. Or they can sell the actual note to an investor, and then all of the interest minus the servicing goes to that investor. They can sell it individually, servicing or the note, or they can sell them together. They're a securities instrument. So I just want to tell people that about the loan industry. Almost no one keeps the loan that they fund. Many of them will service it, but they won't keep it. Anyway, go ahead. What's happening?
Okay, well, anyway, so PennyMac wrote me a letter and said that they wanted $818 up front.
For what?
And I don't know. Because I guess I was short on escrow or something.
Wait, did you just, when did you refi?
About September, October, somewhere around there.
Okay, let's just call it October refi. And in that in the refi paperwork, you have a truth in lending, and you have a monthly payment, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, in that payment, you have PI, TI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, right?
Right.
Now, the PI, TI, the PI part doesn't change unless you have a variable rate, but the TI part does all the time, depending on taxes. Oh, well, and insurance, both. So if your insurance goes up. So let's take the TI part. If they have a shortage, you have to make it up. You make it up in a lump sum, or your payment goes up, or both, depending on you. And they have to project, most companies who service these loans try to project 125% of the bills that will be due at the end of the year.
Okay, that makes sense.
So is that what's happening to you?
Well, since I don't have my paperwork in front of me, all my story is PennyMac said they wanted $818, and they're going to up my house payment over $200 a month.
Right. So something happened. Now, you have a right, of course, to know why. I doubt someone is hiking your interest or making money on the side or padding it. But you got to make it right for yourself. So what you do is you simply ask exactly why the increase. Did they say escrow?
Okay, well, I didn't do that. What I did is I went to American Finance. I showed this guy named Jeff the letter that PennyMac sent me, and he said, wow, I can't believe they did that. So I refinanced the house.
With who?
Through American Mortgage.
Okay.
Okay, and it took about a month. You know, it took about $3,700 to refinance the house. And then within 48 hours after I refinanced the house, I got a letter from PennyMac saying they have the loan.
Okay.
So in other words, I just spent $3,700 for absolutely nothing.
No, what you're saying is you refied your loan, and it went right back to the investor you were trying to get away from.
Right.
Except the investor, who has, they're servicing the loan. I'm not so sure they're the investor. But here's the point. It doesn't matter who you went to. Your escrow is going to be figured exactly the same. It doesn't matter who you went to. Now, I doubt that someone at American Mortgage said to you, this is wrong, and if we refinance it, we're going to make it go away.
Well, they didn't say that, but when I refinanced, the payment was maybe $75 more than what I was paying.
Okay.
And so...
When you refinanced, the payment had gone up 75, or the new payment was projected to be 75?
The new payment.
Was projected to be 75.
Right.
Okay, and what did it actually turn out to be? Is it more than 75?
No.
Okay.
But the only thing is my point was PennyMac got it right back.
That's right. And the reason the loan looks like it's lower is because it's considered a new loan. They don't do an escrow. Hold on. They don't do an escrow analysis. So they will do whatever the broker presented to them. Because American Mortgage does a ton of loans and they're a respected broker, American Mortgage will try to project an accurate payment. So here, therefore, your payment didn't go up 200, it went up 75. Right. At the end of the year, if they undershot or overshot, whatever it is, your escrow will be adjusted, and you may see that plus $200 that you thought you avoided. But it's not because it stayed with one lender or another. It has nothing to do with the lender. American Mortgage cannot make your payment go down because your escrow went up. They can make your payment go down like any lender can if they loan money at a lower rate. But they cannot mess with your escrow. Even if they do it, it's temporary. Okay? And so any place you went would have gotten you a lower payment initially. But you're always going to have escrow catch up with you. So out of curiosity, who's the bad guy here? I mean, in your mind, was it your original mortgage company? Was it American, or was it who? Who's the bad guy?
Well, all that I'm thinking is I paid American Mortgage to refinance to the tune of about $3,700.
What was the $3,700 for?
The refinance.
What?
That's how
What
much
was
it cost
it?
to
What was
refinance.
it? What was it? What was it? Did you have to pay for an appraisal?
No, I'm a veteran.
Then what's the $3,700 for?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you should know. If you have a closing doc
on
your closing doc, it'll be there. I mean, if that's what you're disputing, hey, I paid $3,700 and I went right back. Now listen, there is a covenant among lenders. It's not a law. Well, it could be a law, but it's definitely implied, and it's this: that lenders almost have a fiduciary responsibility, not quite the same as a financial advisor, but they have a fiduciary responsibility to put you in a better situation than you were in. Now, that's an unwritten rule, but let me tell you something. Lenders get in trouble. Let's say they took someone on a fixed rate for 15 years, and they put them in a variable rate 30-year or something just horrendous for them. You could make a big complaint. Now, let's just get right down to it, KB. If you think American Financing did something wrong to you and put you in a worse situation or in not a better situation, and it cost you $3,700, first you call them and you say, look, I feel I was refinanced and it did absolutely nothing for me, or it did. Did your interest rate go down?
No, it went up because it was like 3.7 or something, and now it's like 4.4 or something.
Why would you go from 3.7 to 4.4? Why would you do that?
Because I didn't.
Why would you do that? I mean, just on paper, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, see, I don't know all that. But all that I'm saying is...
How long did you have left on your loan?
Oh, no, I've had, a long time.
And did you go back to 30 years?
Yes, yeah, but I always had 30 years, yes, sir.
Okay, so you went back to a 30-year loan, and you went up almost a full percentage rate for no reason at all.
Well, I didn't have the $818.
Then where'd you get the $3,700?
It was included in the refinance from American.
So, because you did not have $800, how much is your loan?
About $194.
Because you did not have $800, you approximately cost yourself $75,000. $75,000 on the cost of your home. And I'm being kind. So I don't even, actually more, because you have to add the $3,700. Why? I don't even understand this. When you called American Financing, that person, they don't work on commission, so I have no idea why they put you in a loan like this. But you have every right to ask them why you were put into a loan like this. I am not insinuating they did something wrong. I don't have your loan package, but I do know this. It doesn't sound like you were put in a better situation. Because if your whole goal was to avoid an $800 payment and you ended up paying all this, in fact, I know damn well that if we called the owners and if what you're saying is true, they'll do something about it. I'm telling you, man, that they're not the kind of company that does this. You need to call and talk to them. You need to call and talk to them, because the way you presented it to me, you went to them about an $800 due payment on an escrow, and the guy recommended that you refinance for 1% more, plus $3,700 in fees, plus you're a veteran. Now, that doesn't sound right, and actually, I don't actually believe it, KB. I think when we look at it, we're going to find something different. But if that's what it is, and you are convinced of that, then you call American Financing and you tell them you want some of those fees back, or you want an adjustment, or you want something. I'm serious. Send us your loan package. More coming up.
This is the first talk station, 630.
I don't care what you would sign the loan.
I don't think.
Did he say he had any cash out whatsoever?
No. But he wanted to avoid an $800 payment, so he refinanced with a full % more, plus $3,700 in cost. The man cost himself $80,000.
And pushed it back up to the full 30. He probably only had 28 years left on it.
But somebody should have told him. Somebody really should have told him.
Yeah, but then if he kept coming back going, hey, I don't have the 800 then. Then he ends up in a spot. Well, no matter what, he ends up in a spot. That's all I'm saying.
This got him out of a spot. But come on, man.
I can't believe if he didn't have $800, how did he refinance?
VA, you can get a.
No, you still have to have a credit rating.
You don't have to. So you don't have to have money to have credit.
No, but what I'm saying is he should have went and got a little small signature.
No, they always want to see that cash flow.
They won't automatically give you a VA.
No, you don't.
No. You're right. He could have gotten a little loan to your door.
We're Aeroflow Urology. Aeroflow helps you or your loved
For
ones.
$80,000, I would want $800.
Can you give us a little privacy?
I don't think there's anything correct about
Insurance companies and doctors to get incontinence products like briefs, pull-ups, or bladder control pads. Call us. Our specialists work directly with you, your doctor, and Medicaid providers to find the best products for your needs, and we'll help you qualify for those products at no cost. Alexis from Lincoln says, I got my shipment 3 days after applying. Aeroflow made it so easy and kept me informed of everything. Being approved helped a ton. Thank you, Aeroflow. Call Aeroflow now and they can help you qualify for incontinence products at no cost with free discreet shipping for KHOW listeners. Call 800-461-3906. That's 800-461-3906. 800-461-3906. Again, 800-461-3906.
Season after season, quality's the reason people trust K&H Home Solutions.
Want a great deal on windows, siding, or doors? Then name your deal. That's right. Do you want half off? Maybe 2-for-1 windows. Just ask. How about a 40% discount on your whole house makeover project? Yes, ask. A one-of-a-kind sale, never before done. K&H Home Solutions is daring you to name your deal. Is there a catch? Yes, if they're crazy busy, they might counter-offer. If they're slow, you may get a deal of a lifetime. The worst that can happen is nothing. So, you have nothing to lose. Email now. mydeal@khwindows.com. mydeal@khwindows.com. Go ahead, I dare you. Ask for half off. Who knows, even 60%? Email mydeal@khwindows.com. Do it now. Email mydeal@khwindows.com.
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
Seriously, mydeal@khwindows.com.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. The question is, what gift are you getting for the one you love? We get it. It's not easy. Love is a dangerous game. Thankfully, though, guaranteed exist.
I'll be right next to you, so.
It all comes down to that.
You weren't telling us anything that we weren't already
reviewing anyway. I am an advocate.
Dan said he'd pleasure building
my
for
clients. I'm an advocate for myself. I'm an advocate.
Think of the relationship.
Oh, yeah, no, we appreciate it. Absolutely.
I think that could be unlimited funds.
Oh, get out of here. Are you kidding? Fuck you, $500 million?
I don't care.
I'd blow you.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, that's crazy. Everybody's got a price for anything.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, that's not.
Okay, would you blow Trump for $500 million?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, so your lineage and all your kids and everything. Okay,
You know what?
if your kid was dying of cancer, would you blow Trump?
I wouldn't.
If your kid, well, you wouldn't if he was dying of cancer, and it would totally solve him.
No.
Okay.
And you want
I
to know
don't
why?
believe you. I don't believe
I'll tell you why.
I don't believe you.
Because it's so egregious that if something like that was happening and my kid was dying, I'd say a prayer about it because I was put in this situation, and I'd be rewarded for doing the right thing.
Okay. Well, if he's the only one that's got the vaccine. I've seen movies.
First of all, when people do suppositions, they have to be somewhat realistic. That would never happen.
So 500 million, I'll jack him off while sucking you.
It would never happen. I wouldn't. Honest to God,
I wouldn't. And
I
for the anguish out there.
Yeah. 500 million. $500 million. It changes your family forever. And I move out of the country quickly.
So what changes your family
So you say they have a price for everything?
I think most people have a price for everything.
Oh, okay, most. Because if somebody wanted to sexually exploit your daughter, a group of men, for a party on a weekend, just one weekend party.
No.
Okay.
Well,
that's different, though.
Why is that different?
That's different.
Thinking her family would be great forever.
No, but
that would be her decision, not mine.
To do this.
You set a price for everything.
I'm Tom Martino,
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have the Hormone Bros with us. We've been talking about a lot of things, but if you have any questions for them. And then I have a question for K&H. This is a real question. You know, like the Hormone Bros here, I came up with that, thehormonebros.com, and I said, guys, would you try to use this? I think it's cool. It's better than Revitalized Health. Revitalized Health, a great name, by the way. But I mean, websites don't always have to have the business name in it. They don't. And I've said this over and over. Businesses go through conniptions trying to get their name in there. Like, you know, Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair, their website, I don't even give it out because of the hyphens and all that stuff. Also, when you have things like and, if it's an ampersand, or is it the number, or 2, is it the number 2, or the TOO, or TO, and 4, is it the number 4, is it FOR, is it FOUR, you know, which is the number, is it FORE, forethought? Here's the bottom line. I come up with ideas, and I like to brag on them. And I said to K&H, would you do this for me and see if it works? Now, I don't know if it's working. I swear to God, this is a candid interview. But I said, you know, like Priceline used to do with airline tickets, and they let you, you know, you bid on the airfare, and if it's good, you get it. So I said, Ted, let's do that. Ted Rowland's just a friend of mine for years and years, and he owns K&H Windows, took over from the original owner about 30 years ago, and this good company, okay? That enough said. This is not a commercial. This is inquiries. I said, hey, have people name their own deal, like I want 2 for 1, or I want 30% off siding, or something on doors. And you know, one of his guys said, well, people would just say, okay, I want this free, or I want 90% off. And I said, of course we're going to get some of those, and then just turn them down. But if it's realistic, let's say they want 60% off, you know, and then you guys at least know they're interested. You can write them back and say, look, you know, we are not going to do 60, but you know what? We'll give you half price. You buy 1 window, get 1 free. Let's say, so that's like half price, right? 2 for 1. Or we'll do this, or we'll do that. And I tell consumers the worst thing that'll happen is nothing. The best thing, maybe they're slow. But I don't know if it's going to work, because you have to email to this email address, mydeal@khwindows.com. So K&H, or khwindows.com. Yeah. So I said, I don't know if it's working. So, Ted, you know, you can hit me between the eyes, because I brag about marketing, and I can do this, and I just want to know, are people responding at all? I'm just curious.
Well, good morning, Tom.
Hey.
We are getting some response out of it. We've probably got, I'm going to guess, about half a dozen or so inquiries on this.
Yeah, that's weird, because that's very low for, and I'm thinking, were they nuts, or were they like real inquiries, or what? Or just like, how does this work? What was it?
Well, you get a smattering of everything. I think one person wanted to buy a number of windows that he wanted to install himself. He wanted to pay $400 over our cost, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying. So you just got all kinds of responses. So anyway, it might turn out that I just got it wrong on that one, because I invented the Find Fixer free. That works great, not for you guys, but for like auto mechanics, man, and for houses. You know, we'll find or fix any problem for this much, or it's free. And so the worst case scenarios, they find it, but it's so major they can't fix it for that $149 or that $119. So they give you a full written estimate, and you get a free call. And then we had one where any repair for so much plus parts, right? It was $89.
Oh, 89 plus parts.
89.
Budget A1.
And that worked great. Now they have the This one really is good, Ted. The free teardown of a transmission, like you get free diagnostic. They'll tear it down literally and tear it down free, even if you decide not to have it repaired. But the thing is this one about name your deal. I don't know, Ted. So,
you know, I think sometimes you just got to let these things simmer for a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Get some momentum.
Okay. Now, seriously, though, you have done like 2-for-1s with Windows, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done special.
You've done 30% off, haven't you, before?
Yeah, we do 30% off. You know, that's a fairly normal.
Now, if someone had a really giant job and they said, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this, but I want, you know, maybe they involve siding and windows, and they say, but we want our doors free. I mean, you, honest to God, will look at everything.
We will consider everything. We'll, you know, you got to look at it, you got to evaluate it, then you got to see what makes sense on it. You know, we do want to make them happen.
Okay, so you're going to be at the Home and Garden Show, right?
We are.
All right.
That starts on Saturday.
All right, cool. Anyway, I didn't mean this, like I said, to be a commercial. I truly wanted to know if it's working because I know the Hormone Bros, man, their web traffic went way up with that name, and it gets people to them, and it's better than, you know, like trying to remember something else. And
yeah, Ted, would you honestly, though, if someone called right now and wanted a true 40% off on getting their siding or windows done, is that a real deal you'd consider?
If it was a whole package.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a deal we'll consider. We'll consider any
See,
deal.
that's the thing I want people to know. Thank you, Ted. They'll consider it, and if they're slow, you're going to get the deal. If they're not, you're not. So please try it just for my sake. My deal. I want to get it absolutely, crap. I wanted to get that really perfectly. Let me reopen that right now. Okay. It's my deal. My deal at khwindows.com. Okay, mydeal@khwindows.com. James, what are you talking about, James? What's going on?
Okay, I was posing a question to 3 gentlemen this morning.
Yeah.
And they gave me the responses. And I was wanting to know, would you, Mark, or any other gentleman in the studio put on a dress for $25,000, $100,000?
Put on a dress? Yeah, of course I would.
Tom already does.
No, I would put on a dress. I mean, well, like for a charity or something.
We're talking about being in a movie, putting on a dress.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, if I was playing a part,
like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hold on a second, because I want to know where you're going with it, James. Please hold on. Armando, I'm going to talk to you about Fix-It. Jesse wants to talk about roof insurance. Bertha, she needs to know about her contractor, her neighbor contractor. So please hang on. Tell them all we will take their calls.
This report is sponsored by White Castle. Still looking at a crash on I-225.
But you're put something else in it to lighten the load.
Still looking at a problem 2 on 71.
That's truly in content when I do stuff like that because it's just so much better than normal. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. You still got to make up for the time. Oh, you're saying this next one is 3rd. Gotcha, bro.
23. Tonight down to partly cloudy and a low getting down towards.
Man, it was fucking cold last night when I was out. I was out at probably 10 o'clock, so I wanted to snow it, and I'm out plowing mine and the neighbors. Holy shit!
Probably didn't have wind though either, did you?
No, we had some. I can always tell in the snow on my tractor.
I don't know how to explain.
I got it. 3 seconds. Shut up. Fuller Law. That should mean free advice. Fuller Law equals free advice. Free advice on personal injury of any kind, especially car accidents. He truly is an expert there. And I mean free advice because so many people have a brother-in-law, a sister-in-law, a neighbor, an uncle. They're going to tell you all kinds of crap. If you're injured at all, call for free advice. If he can do you good and be your attorney, if he can help you, he'll let you know. If not, he'll be truthful about it. Free advice, 303-597-4500, personalinjuryco.com.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room or executive office into a Zoom room.
Okay, could you, in the 3rd hour, 2nd break, take one of those 60s and put them where K&H was going to go?
Use Zoom's new voice command feature.
There we go.
Zoom, start meeting.
Suzanne will then it'll lighten up that.
to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
We get calls about drugs all the time, and here's the thing.
We get calls about drugs all the time. That wasn't a good way to start out there.
And I usually say yes. Free of charge, so you can ask any question you have about addiction or anything that has in their lives. It's free, it's confidential, they can help you. 720-893.
Oh, God, my deal at K, I thought that was going to like be crazy.
It could.
I think
No
it's a
matter
great
what,
idea.
even those 6 increase, no matter what, though, people will hear it and figure, you know, I'm going to call these guys for
How long have it been going?
We'll see. Oh, it's been only going on 6 now.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I think it's a great idea.
And it still gets an aim.
I wonder what I'll get for diminished value if they don't replace it.
Complimentary surprise upgrade.
Probably gonna be
It
bad.
puts me in a fucking spot no matter what. It really does. Because I can't rent a car for her, she's too young. So how does that work? Tell me that's not bullshit.
Do you have a rental car?
She can't, you can't get a car for a minor. So that means I end up
You can't
driving
rent
the
a car.
fucking rental car. Meanwhile, she's driving my luxury car. That's fucked up. Seriously, how do you value that? Where's the value for that? You know what I should do? What we always talk about. I should say, fuck the insurance company and literally just sue this woman outright.
Who?
The one who rear-ended her. That's what I should do. I should literally just.
I told you that. Why? What's the problem now?
Well, whether or not they total the car is number one. But the fact she's 16 and she can't rent a car puts me in a bind.
Right.
Because now I got to figure out some way to get her a car. So I just sue the woman for being a dumbass.
You even have third-party injuries.
You know what I'll do? I might do that.
You have third-party injuries.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You directly do.
Why can't you rent the car and just have her drive it?
He's saying he doesn't want to.
Because if she got into a wreck, there'd be no coverage on her. Are you kidding? That's highly illegal, Dan.
Wait a minute. You can rent a car and put her as a driver? No.
No, she's under 18.
They won't let anyone under 18 drive.
No way,
Or
Jose. Rent a car.
Not
Drive a rental! My God! Am I the only one in the world that knows this?
Mark,
Let me see.
I knew about.
Most companies won't rent to you unless you're under fucking, if you're 21 or older. A
I
lot.
know.
A lot or
You
25.
gotta have a credit card too.
See, Mark, the louder, the more right.
I'm right! God, this is basic information, though. You guys are younger. Did you ever try to rent a car under 25? Did you get one? Oh, because you fucking can't. When you're 16, you can't add them on. You can't do anything. They're minors.
Phone call.
Yes.
Make anyone.
Thank you to fix it, right?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
4,
I have to educate
3,
you guys.
2, 1. I don't. Let's talk about Fix It 24/7. They will come to your home and find any problems for $39. They will also come and do a clean and refurbish of your furnace for $39. Either one. So finding a problem is either heating, electric, plumbing, drains, whatever. And the other one is your furnace cleaning, taking out the blower motor, adjusting the burners, doing all the safety checks just for $39. They're the $39 people. Call them. It's 720-526-3939. That's 720-526-3939. Sorry, just like my timer is usually perfect up here, but I can set this off. All that commotion. Imagine him as a 6-year-old. God damn. Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK.
Okay, another question for the Hormone Bros. Very quickly, guys, you say that thread lifts are economical. People like transparency. They really do. So I just want to ask straight up, what is a thread lift? What exactly is it? One of the bros? And Joe is the money brains and the bookkeeper and the manager, so we're not going to ask him. So go ahead. And you are, I'm going to get you right this time, John.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
What's happening, John? So what do you say as far as what is it? What I mean literally, I'm sitting in the chair.
Yep.
What is a thread lift?
Yep. No, it's a disposable thread.
Okay. Like fishing line.
Yeah, it looks like fishing line, basically.
Tiny,
yeah,
though? Real tiny? Okay.
Yeah, some of them are really tiny and some of them...
And is it on a needle and thread?
It's a needle, like a smooth tip catheter.
Okay.
A stainless.
Gee, I cringe whenever someone says catheter, but okay, it's just
yeah,
an
totally
involuntary
different
reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
And so they're inserted underneath the skin.
In the face.
In the face.
And then downward or upward.
Go.
Okay, but when you put them in, what do they do? What does it do?
Yeah, it's called CIT, collagen induction therapy. It stimulates collagen growth.
It really does. So
yes,
you will get some natural collagen
Absolutely.
from it.
Well,
so that will sustain after the thread dissolves.
Sure. The thread dissolves 3 to 4 months later.
Okay, so does the thread have barbs in it?
Yes, the ones that we're doing for the lifts do. Some of them are smooth.
Well, that's what I'm talking to.
Yep.
Why would you do it any other way? Because one is just for collagen stimulation?
To build like a foundation to add in fullness in some
Let's
areas.
talk about a thread lift.
The lift, yes.
Okay, so you would lift something that's fallen, like the jowls?
Sure, the jowls,
okay,
cheeks.
So a cheek or jowl, or you see I got these little things under my eyes, and I'm 65.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could... You go in and lift.
A slight little lift, yep.
And it doesn't look stretched.
No, not at all. No, because it's a slight. It's not like a full facelift, and especially.
So you can put in one string on one eye, one string on the other. So
Absolutely.
It's not one big string that's all through, and then somebody unravels and you're done.
No, separate from each side of the face.
It looks like SpongeBob where the face melts. No, it's not. No, but truly, you're doing areas with these threads.
Yeah, areas of concern.
How do you price it?
Each thread is priced out normally. That's not discounted out at $236.
Okay, well that's good. This is what I like, meat and potatoes. So if I'm getting like, oh, I see this photo or this video, oh, cool. So if I get 3 areas, it's going to be whatever it is. So people can get out of there. If I want a pretty comprehensive facelift, it could be under $1,000
easily. Yep.
Oh wow! Because you discount the more areas.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And if you follow us on the our Facebook or Instagram, we always throw specials
All right.
on them.
Back to James. James.
Yeah.
Back to you. Now, explain. You asked if we would put on dresses for money in a movie or on stage or whatever. I would do a dress for money. I mean, I don't know what you're asking because it's not a very difficult question.
Okay. Well, what I was getting at, who I was posing the question to earlier, I was talking about morals.
Yes.
That's how I was coming from.
Yeah, but what does a dress have to do about morals, though?
Because men don't wear them. Men do not put them on for no reason.
Well, no. Normally, you're right. Normally, we don't put on dresses.
Transvestites.
Yeah.
The Scottish.
For money, for money or nothing else.
But James, I don't think it's immoral. I think it's. I mean, men don't normally wear dresses in our society right now. You're absolutely right. But I don't think that's moral. I think it's more of a. You know what I mean? I think what you should have.
Because once you, Tom, let me explain real quick. Once you do that, there's a whole. To me, as in my family, I raise a boy.
Okay, I need to know where you're going with this, and I'm going to ask that you please stay on the line. I need to know where you're going. I think what you should have asked, if you're interested in morals, would you have sex for money on TV or on a film? No. I mean, there are certain things you do or never do.
Hello, beautiful. I'm Amy Erickson.
Yeah, do you guys have the ability to check out your calendar?
I want to see that video. I didn't see it.
No pressure if you can. I'm trying to schedule people as they're already in. Okay, let's get them in. You know what I mean?
I mean, it can't really.
It
shows me pulling up and how it's
pulling.
The thread is in there. I haven't cut it off.
Put you guys down for that. I'll send you guys a confirmation.
We do the neck, it's right under that facial nerve. We do the jowl, it's usually right above it. So you can bump up against the nerve and you'll feel a little zinger, but it's not. But that's it. It's not enough to need all this anesthesia in there.
Yeah, so it's just the local point of entry where we do the lidocaine.
Looks worse than what
it does. Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
There are some things that you never.
Well, it's like I've had people come in and say, I watched the pellet procedure on YouTube. I don't do that. No, it looks like it's painful, but it doesn't look similar things. Yeah. But yeah, that's just a video showing that.
And to answer your question, for a price, I just ran the numbers for James the other day. Our average cost right now is $830 for people walking out with threads. So $830 for it.
Do you have before us and after seconds?
Uh-huh. And the nice thing is you do get some immediate, but then there's over the next 2 to 3 months, it's still building collagen, so it gets better and better. We've got a lady.
So the effects don't ever totally go away, no more than natural collagen.
No more than natural collagen degradation.
One treatment. So you can see the threads in the side of her face sticking out, but the difference in
Daniel,
her
were you able to get a hold
bowels.
of Emmett this morning?
No, I left a message.
I'm going to try to call him and give him the update that I have.
So when I left the message,
Yeah.
a lady picked up.
Because you can't do that all at once.
But,
I mean, you did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to take a
No,
little
that's
bit,
amazing.
you know, but that's after that.
Actually, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, and if she would have wanted to spend more
what's
money,
up on the list? What are those weights?
I know.
So that's just my markings to
Yeah,
like.
if she would have spent more money, we could have
Yeah.
pulled even more.
Yeah.
You know, that was just with her budget. So
That's
I
just my
want to do that.
guidelines.
you could do.
Where the frick do you need it?
No, this is the
Oh, it's prevention.
It is.
Like
This
it
is the
works
age-
better for
It
prevention
does.
than
This
it
is
does
the age
for
when you
reversal.
want to do it.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
So
truly,
just here.
Absolutely. Better for prevention.
Nothing.
I know, but it's for prevention. They said it works better if
But
you're
not
trying
now.
to prevent.
100%.
But wait
I'm
till at least you get some sign of dropping. No,
Right here.
seriously. No, you actually don't, Suzanne. You're gonna, Suzanne. I think you wait until you actually see at least a tiny bit of dropping or something.
Really?
Yeah, a tiny bit.
Well,
honest to God.
The fact that you're on
The BioT?
the BioT
So
already
let
your collagen
me
elastin
let me
skin.
see one other thing. Are you thinking?
No, because
Okay, so what are you thinking?
basically you lose. I mean,
Did you ask them? I know you disagree, but did you ask them about the cocktail injectables? I forgot to ask them. What?
This
Yeah.
it pulls.
Right.
So if
For the vitamins.
like if you
Vitamins, nutrients.
somebody who's going through like, gastro,
Compounding
where it's
awareness
like they've
is
done
gonna compound a whole bunch of
serious
shit.
set, scan
Vitamin.
Gotcha.
Can I?
Very good. Gotcha.
Why can't vitamins be?
if you're
Vitamins be like that?
but
I don't want to do a daily injection. Is there a way of pellets?
Our nutrient injection
That's just the worst,
our
isn't it?
skinny shots is a combination of
B vitamin, B vitamin.
Yeah, B vitamins not staying in your system.
No.
I mean, we recommend it weekly for the best results.
Okay, so
Cutting the assholes
What
out,
is
they
it?
gotta get cut.
So, well, the skinny shot, I mean, that's just an import, but it's methionine, isotyl, choline, and B12.
Did you say
And she's like, but
inositol?
the
Yeah.
What's inositol? I use inositol.
Yeah, they're all B vitamins.
Inositol gives you D.
Yes, B5,
But this, do you ever take inositol straight to powder?
I have not, no.
A quarter of a teaspoon will help you sleep.
Because it helps with mood.
Okay,
It helps, it's a calming effect and it helps with mood. The combination of them help to, increase your energy, help metabolize fat for
We're not
energy.
gonna do a whole lot there.
All season portfolio provides secure monthly incomes. Market office with
Thanks, guys. 25 seconds away from a spot.
Retire happy. Retire with Tucker. Call us for your complimentary consultation at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234. Retire with Tucker.
Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center for hearing loss and tinnitus. They're at Clarkson and Hamden, and it's a place that I personally use and I highly recommend. They will help eradicate your tinnitus or mask it. The masking has long-range effects as well, but not permanent. The eradication does. No matter what you choose, you will be in the great hands of Dr. Patty, Dr. Lisa, and Dr. Dagmar. 3 women dedicated to truly helping you with tinnitus, which is a very, very depressing thing if it goes untreated. And hearing loss is a pain. If you have a hearing loss, it's not going to get better. 303-534-0163. I personally recommend them. 303-534-0163. That's Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, and the website is helpforringing.com.
The providers of downtown healthcare are the experts I turn to for healthy aging and regenerative medicine. Using stem cell therapy to repair joints.
No, I am super happy with my pillows there. 'Cause even though I don't work out much, seriously, after that, and I can't believe it, I did 40 push-ups every morning. All of a sudden, I do 50. It's amazing. Seriously. And I did nothing extra.
Hold on.
Nothing
You're
extra.
Find putting on muscle mass is
Not difficult at all.
Well, and I didn't do it for.
You know, a lot of people
did.
Even when I did those 40 and 50 push-ups, you'll notice, I'm looking a little
when
bit
I
different.
first started, and I got on the pellet and I was exercising, people accused me of steroids when I first started. Because I was so chubby. And the difference, they said,
oh,
what are you doing?
It's amazing. We have people, like we have repeat customers, that, you know, especially from listeners of the show here, that call us back and just be like, okay, it's been 3 months, it's been 4 months, and yep, I got to get back in there. I need my pellets again. I mean, they just know. You know, they're just like, all of a sudden, I'm feeling good again. I need to get back in.
It's everybody else. When do I need to come back in? We're like, you'll know.
So I'm not when you're. I'm not. It's been 4 months. I feel great.
I do it by calendar now because I hated when I started feeling down, and then when you get pellets, you know, it takes another week.
Well, that's the thing is now
got a couple weeks.
And we have a lot of people now who, once they've gone 2-3 rounds, you know your body. It's like
I do it at 4 months.
Yep. Like, I don't want to drop down, so I'm going to hit it right at that peak.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Thank you for being here, and this hour is brought to you by Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. He deals with intellectual property. What does that mean? Inventions and trademarks and stuff like that. You wrote a poem, you want to protect it? Seriously. A lot of people say you don't have to protect copyrights because as soon as you make them, they're protected, they're yours. That's true. But then there's a matter of proof. But even with proof, you don't get damages, statutory damages, unless it's registered. Did you know that? 303-713-TALK. Mark Trenner knows that. He taught it to me. So anyway, if you ever need help with intellectual property, Trenner Law, and you will find him on my referral list at referrallist.com, Mark Trenner. So let's find out what's on your mind. Today we have the Hormone Bros in the studio with us. We'll get to them, but right now we had a discussion before the break, and we'll continue. Then we'll go to all the other calls. But James, first of all, may I ask why this question came up, James? How did this come up? Were you guys discussing it somewhere?
Yes, we were just discussing it through conversation this morning, and it just really hit me the wrong way.
Who had the conversation? You and some friends?
My brother and my cousins.
And the question was asked: would you
put on a dress for money, $25,000, $100,000, or $1 million?
Okay, I get you. And you wouldn't?
No, because my morals and my values hold me strong.
No, I understand that.
How I have to raise my kids.
You know, I understand that. That's the only difficulty I have. I understand what you're saying by morals and values, but I didn't. What I'm saying is, I don't think just putting on a dress, especially if it's for a movie or for a part. Now, if you ask me, would I don a female clothing for the rest of my life? No, but it has nothing to do with morals. It has to do with I don't think I'd look good. I think I'd be like a fool, and I prefer to identify as a man and hopefully masculine.
And that's the way I want the world to see me.
I fully understand it.
Once you get on that movie screen, you can't take it back. You're
well, hold on now. A lot of men have put on female clothing in movies. Oh, no, not all of them. Not all of them.
And look at the way our society is going, because Hollywood.
But then think about this, James. James, think about this. Yeah. Would I play a dirtbag pimp in a movie? Yes, I would, because it's a role. Now, if the movie,
but you are a pimp, a man. You are a man, a disgusting man.
Okay.
You are a disgusting
But would you
man.
play the role of a disgusting man?
I probably would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
See, I don't get you. I don't get it. I'm not trying to disagree. I literally don't get it.
Let's put it in the fine balance of. Let's put it in the fine balance of. If you were to say you want to put on the dress, or would you play the disgusting man? I would play the disgusting man. You understand? That's the way. That's the way.
But why doesn't that bother your morals, playing a disgusting man?
Honestly, as today's time, I can be disgusting in my own walk as a man. In my own walk, I
understand. You're saying
it's
not okay. I don't get it. But here's the deal.
If I was to walk down the street, in the street as a man in a dress, there's no taking that back.
Well, let me go one step further. If I said, would I play the role of a disgusting pimp on film, I would. But here's the caveat for me, or here's what I would not do it in a movie that promoted prostitution. I would do it in the context of a story. I very much edit myself as to what I watch and what I accept morally as well. But I don't think dressing is a moral thing. I think it's
let me take it one step further. Dave Chappelle, he put on a Klan outfit, and it was disgusting to those who were offended by it. He did not take $50 million and he left Hollywood just because they told him to put on a dress. I remember that.
Oh,
you see, we have people who will and people who won't compromise.
Now that's right. But hold on. Okay, you're right. I won't compromise for any money in the world if it truly violates my conscience, or I think it's against God's will. But I don't think that dressing falls in that realm. I personally make my own decisions.
Do you know that kids watch you every day on that film?
Well,
they rewind things.
That's right. If you were on a film, they would watch you over and over. But I think that if parents are doing the right job, kids put things in context, and they should. They don't necessarily watch it and say, "Oh, I wanna wear dresses from now on." I don't think they do that. Listen, what I said, James, is... And here's the thing. Mark believes everyone has a price for everything. I do not believe that, but I do believe that you can edit for yourself. You can edit for yourself. And if that's the way you feel, well, by God, no one will ever make you do it, right?
Exactly.
But I think that it's... And thanks for stimulating thought, really. He was having a discussion with some friends and said, I wonder what these guys think. And so... off the air, Mark was giving all kinds of ridiculous scenarios, as he often does. But he's not here to defend himself, so I won't keep going. All I'm saying is this. I don't think that everyone has a price for everything. I do believe there are people that have their own standards. Here's the problem with standards. I don't care what your standards are. I really don't. So long as you don't try to impose them or you hurt others. That's it. I accept and love everyone. I mean, why wouldn't you? Armando, what's happening with you, sir? Armando?
Yes, how you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, I just had Fix It 24/7 come do my furnace, and they cleaned it out, But they offered me a electronic filter.
Yeah. Well, one of the purposes of any special from any company is to get in your home, and if they find something wrong, they hope you'll fix it, or they will try to sell you something. By the way, I'm not saying that in a negative way. People do it all the time. That's why they say, hey, $39 to clean and refurbish your furnace. And by the way, that's a great service. But with any company who is in your home, they would be actually not doing a good job if they did not look for opportunities to make money. The same way when people have the $14.95 oil change, they want you to come in. Maybe they find, hey, did you know you need brakes? The only problem I have with those come-ons and those lost leaders is when they lie to you about stuff. That's the only problem I have. So anyway, continue your story, sir. I'll shut up.
No. Yeah, so they offered me this electronic filter to reduce the dust in my house and stuff. And my furnace is only 3 years old, so they told me it'll double the life of it too. So I went along and I paid for it, $1,100. Yeah. I mean, they offered it for $14.95 originally, and since I was a Tom Martino listener, they knocked it down to $1,100. And it's an Air Ranger, and I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on that.
I have one in every home. I am a firm believer in them. They are unbelievable. I don't like... I only like the electronic ones. Are you talking about the ones that zap the dust? You hear it going like if you're close to it? Yeah.
Yeah, they connected it to my furnace, and it's on.
It has nothing to do with the age of your furnace. However, I don't know if it'll double the life, but it definitely will clean up the intake air, and that does do something. But you still have to maintain your furnace. It's not going to do it on its own. However, electronic air cleaners, I absolutely love them. They take so much crap out of the air, and it's way better than filtration. In fact, I believe you should use the flimsiest filter you can find, not thick. These filters that are so thick, they choke your system down and they hurt your efficiency.
That's what he was explaining to me.
Yeah, that's right. So if you don't have if you do not have an electronic air cleaner, what you should do is use the flimsiest filter you have and change it every 20 to 30 days. But flimsy, not good filters. Good filters are bad filters. Yes.
The price you didn't seem was pricey, $1,100.
Yeah, well, I paid. It depends on the size of the house. I paid a little more than that a lot more than that for a bigger one. It's a whole house one, right, on your furnace.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Now let me put it to you this way. Hold on. You could buy one of those and install it and save a bunch of money, but I don't have the time to do that. Are you asking me, did they make profit on that? Yeah, they did. Do I think it's unreasonable? No, I don't. I think that's right.
That was my concern, yeah. I mean, I hate changing my filter out. I mean, I always forget. It's every
Man, you're going to love this. You are absolutely... Which one do you have?
The Air Ranger, it's called, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking to see which one I have. I will never be without them. Never be without them. You will.
Okay, yeah, I bought it right away because the guy was great. He took everything apart. He let me watch it.
And you know what else you're going to do? You're going to see literally a reduction in dust.
Yeah, that was the main thing because my wife hates the dust.
Wait till you see it.
Let's get it.
wait till you see it. I want you to call me back, Armando. I want you to. And see what it does for you. Serious about that. Jesse has a roof claim. Jesse, what's going on? What advice do you need?
Well, I'm going to have an insurance adjuster on my roof next week to look at hail damage from this summer's hailstorms.
Yeah.
And I just want some advice. It's my first homeowner's claim. And
now, how do you know you have damage?
3 of my neighbors replaced their roof.
Okay, that's good. So now, your first call, was it to a roofing expert or your insurance company?
Well, I've had a roofing expert on the roof.
Okay, and where did you find the roofing expert?
The referral list.
Okay, who'd you have?
Now, that was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay, never mind. But they told you had roof damage.
No, the expert said at that time, like 2 years ago, your roof is aged, it's old, but there's no claim here.
Okay.
I said, fine.
All right.
I said, fine. And then my neighbor this summer did the same thing. He said, I'm going to have a contractor on my roof. You want him to go over to your roof? I said, sure, do it. I got the same story. So I said, fine. So I'm reviewing my insurance claim or my insurance renewal with my agent a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned that my roof's getting old and my neighbors have had replacements, and he said, well, I think you might have a claim there. Let's get an agent up there and look at it.
Did an agent come yet?
Not yet.
All right, hold on. I'll have advice for you right after this. Some really solid advice.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein.
The more interesting way to get your protein. Looking at your drive right now on I-270.
We had great discussion, but I didn't throw you under the bus too much.
What's that?
That one thing. What? The dress.
Did I wear a dress? Am I wearing one now? What am I doing?
The guy, I think, tomorrow's confusing.
He's thinking of the Bible.
Morality. No.
Well, I thought he was going into my religion. If you wear a dress, you're raising a sissy or something.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about the Bible. He didn't say anything. He said morals, but
just in general society.
Who cares if someone wears a dress? Honest to God, I could give a shit. I might look at it and go, look at that wacko, but
60 away.
I could really care less.
Look at the kills. They're pretty much 60.
But his whole thing wasn't just for your dress.
We did fix it already, right?
Yeah, what's the matter with that?
Right. Yeah.
I'd wear a dress for. I'll wear a dress tomorrow if someone puts 10 grand.
Pro Auto Care is your car nanny. What does that mean? That means they'll take care of you like a nanny. Do you remember when your dad, maybe you don't, but if you were fortunate to have a dad who said, hey, change the oil. Hey, what do you do? Get their air filter done or do this or do that. Maybe you had an uncle. Maybe you did it yourself. Pro Auto Care keeps track of all of my stuff on my car. All I have to do is give them the VIN, and I do that when I go in for my first service. From then on in, you're part of the family. Here's what I mean. They take down your VIN. They will email you or text you all of your recommended services, plus they estimate your mileage. And in between every single service or repair, you get 36,000 miles of roadside assistance And the warranty, you're virtually always in coverage, always part of the family. That's why I call Al Aramis and the entire team My Car Nanny. 2 locations in Denver near Evans and I-25 and near Bowles and Santa Fe in Littleton. That's 303 Pro Auto and the website 303proauto.com.
If you or a loved one suffer from adult incontinence, you can now get the products you need when you need them without the hassles and embarrassment. Shipped right to your door. We're Aeroflow Urology. Aeroflow helps you or your loved one qualify.
That's weird for urology clinics named Aeroflow.
And then ship those products to your door.
Firehole Urology.
Doctors to get incontinence products like
How do I search for a damn car that's got severe damage that's for sale? I want to do the opposite of a Carfax.
Now, you want to what?
Well, I got to figure out what a 2018 Elantra with severe damage that has been fixed sells for, with a Carfax that says severe damage, compared to one that says one owner, no accident, perfect condition. How the fuck do I find one?
You can ask Cody who their big clients are, and John, and call one of them and say, hey, you know, I understand you rebuild. Can you salvage?
No, I don't want to salvage.
I understand that, but rebuild from salvage, that's, I know you don't want salvage, but that might be the only scenario you get, are rebuilt salvages, because you're not going to get real ones that had severe damage if they should have been totaled.
Well, no, but I mean, severe damage is done all the time. Severe damage by
I
state
understand
patrol
that, but
is like classified.
Well, okay, but that's what I want to know. Do you want real severe damage, or just someone who, or just someone on
I
the
want to know
Carfax?
how it affects on the Carfax. That's
Okay.
it. Because would you buy a car that said severe damage on the Carfax? Not total, not anything.
No.
I know, that's the problem. So how do you, it sucks.
Are they not totaling it out?
I don't know yet.
15 away.
I don't know yet. It's just an issue. It sucks.
60 Raleigh 10. 10 away! TheRaleighHouse.com is a website that will tell you all about the Raleigh House, a local addiction treatment facility, several locations in the Denver area, including a beautiful rural setting with horses, equine therapy, dogs, and just a rustic setting. Mark and I visited there, and they are such a loving, knowledgeable staff. If you need help with addiction treatment, or you are touched by anyone with addiction, I'm going to give you a number to call. And the great thing, this number is not a sales number. It's not a sign-up number. It's a number for any information you need. Financial, legal, family, marriage, how to approach them, what do you look for, what are the telltale signs, what kinds of addictions are worse than others, what should you do? You got a million questions, you know you do. 720-963-9201. 720-963-9201.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear a libertarian at his best, Ross Kaminsky, tomorrow morning 5 to 10. If Denver's talking about it, you'll hear it on 630 KHOW.
TheHormonePros.com,
They're in the house talking about hormone replacement. No, not hormone replacement. No. Hormone optimization. Guys, how many guys have you had come in and say, well, my doctor says I'm normal for testosterone? What does that mean when a 60-year-old guy or a 55-year-old guy or a 39 or a 48-year-old guy goes to a doctor and they say, oh, you're normal?
It usually means they're just right above the normal, low end of normal.
And normal does not mean optimized.
Absolutely.
They mean normal for your
a lab
age.
value and an age.
For your age,
Sure.
right? And normal for my age is very low.
Absolutely.
But that means normally depleted, you see, because I laughingly say death is normal. Old age is normal. It's normal depending on who you are and how old you are. No one says to someone 102 years old, oh my God, they just dropped dead. It was such a surprise. No one saw it coming. So seriously, you don't go by blood work from conventional medical clinics that say you're normal. Optimization means really the same thing for most everyone. So what are you optimizing, what are you looking for? Guys, any one of you, what are you looking for when someone walks in and they're an aging male? And I shouldn't just say that. Females as well. What are you looking for?
Just symptomatic relief.
That's the point.
That's the point. And so you can't just say, oh, well, your level is, we'll just throw out a number, is 700 or or 300. It's a matter of how you feel.
And how you metabolize it, right? Because some people may need more of a dose because they metabolize less.
Absolutely.
But you guys even have tricks for that. You have supplements that you know will help people metabolize what they have.
Yeah, we have nutrient injections, B12.
And you gave me some nettle stuff and all that. You said this is great for enhancing what you already have. So what I'd like to know is, have you ever had somebody come in and you say, hey man, you don't really need this, your testosterone looks great, I think you need this instead, which will help bring out the natural testosterone?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. We've definitely had someone come in, and he was actually in his, I think he was like 61 years old, and his testosterone was already in the 800s.
Wow.
But his free, that was his total, his free testosterone was very low. So we had him take some recommendation for some supplements, the stinging nettle root and some other things, and followed up with them about a month later. Yeah, and he was definitely feeling a lot better.
James, what's the split between male and female in your practice right now?
The percentage?
Yeah, what about?
I think we're still around 40% women.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And
roughly.
Women do need testosterone. Bertha, what's happening with you? Bertha?
Yes.
How can we help you, dear?
Well, I called you about a month ago and talked to you about the guy that owes me $15,000.
Okay, refresh my memory, please, dear.
She's the one with that.
You had a
guy
neighbor contractor. Oh, that ex-con. He took 15 grand. You live in a mobile home park. He took 15 grand. Said, "Hey, I spent it. I don't have the money to pay you back, and I don't have time to do the work." That's pretty much what we're saying, right?
Well, that's what he's saying.
Right. And so, Mark, we were concerned, right? The guy's an ex-con and has guns. Weren't we concerned, Mark, about going there?
Yeah, but the lady, and I'm going to have all that information in a second.
But Mark has been working on it, right, Mark? Or was it Deputy Dan?
We're getting her entire trailer painted.
I haven't heard from. I talked to Mark.
No, Bertha, just so you know, what Mark is about to say is, this dirtbag so far is getting away with it, but we are going to get you help anyway outside of him and then try to go after him. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I mean, I've explained this to her, but basically we're getting her entire place painted. We're getting the deck sanded down and done. We've already got her 2 new locks on her place with 2 brand new doors because she didn't want him to come in. We've already got all of her windows sealed. All we're waiting for is the weather to break, and they're going to paint.
Yes.
Brandy is doing all this. Now,
Brandy is wonderful. Who's Brandy?
She owns a painting company, and she called in while all this was going down.
Wonderful. What a loving
person. She showed up over at this guy's house with 8 of her guys, and she talked to this guy.
Oh, I love this woman.
He doesn't have guns. He doesn't have any of the crap that...
Okay, good. So what? Okay, hold on, Bertha.
But
so what?
One of the issues is he has no money. So this woman's going to have to take him to court and get the judgment. As far as getting the money back,
so he is
not
just
much more that's going to happen.
But he's a scumbag for doing this.
He's definitely a jerk. He's a scumbag, yeah. But he also lives in a trailer that has very little value.
But we can probably take the car away.
We can probably get that car, but she's going to have to get a judgment to get it. Now, I can't go over and just take the car. I think that's what she wants. I can't do it.
Bertha,
you're welcome to do it.
But here's the deal, Bertha. Here's the deal. You must know we're getting you help.
No, I didn't know.
You have 2 new doors.
Wait a minute. You didn't know there's new doors, new locks. They're painting your place, and the windows were recaulked so wind doesn't get in.
Nothing. The only thing...
You don't have 2 new doors, Bertha?
No. I have nothing.
Okay. Hold on. I believe you if you say that. You do not have 2 new doors and new locks.
No. And now they did redo the locks.
Okay. Are those doors the doors broken down? Did they adjust them, Mark? Did they say new doors?
I'm just going to get Brandy.
All right. Hold on, Bertha. This woman volunteered and wanted to help. Let's put it this way. We might have some disconnect here and there, but all of our all of our intentions are to help you, okay? So you just have to trust us. We do want to help you, and we are going to coordinate that help, okay?
Well, that's what I wanted to know.
Okay, you hang on, and I'm going to make sure we're going to get some confirmation. So just hang on a little longer. 303-713-TALK. Now, Jesse, I'm back to you. Okay, Jesse, I just wanted to get her... Okay, so this roof claim by 2 experts, both of them say you didn't need work. And then your adjuster says, you know what, we ought to have it looked at just in case. And that's what it amounts to. Now, what I don't understand is your neighbors had roofs done, but 2 experts said you don't need them, and there are 2 experts that could have benefited by putting a roof on. So you got to hand it to them. They're not trying to slam, bam, thank you. They're trying to figure out if you need a roof or not. And I think what you do... This agent is not an agent, it's an adjuster. Now, an adjuster is going to lean toward the insurance company. Nothing wrong with that, that's his job. So, if he says you don't need it, you're still going to be in question. I think we need to get an expert there to look at it. What kind of roof is it?
Shingles.
Not
T-lock, not T-locks, tri-tab.
Okay, because T-locks aren't made anymore, and you'd have to do the whole roof.
Here's the thing. I don't know how old it is.
Doesn't matter.
I bought the house in 2007.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to get okay.
Doesn't matter, man. If it's old but destroyed by hail, that's what replacement coverage means. You get a new roof. But if all you have is an aged roof, then that's all you have. I mean,
I understand that. I'm worried about getting treated unfairly on the depreciation of the roof because I don't know how old it is.
Well, do you have replacement coverage or depreciation?
Yes. Replacement.
Okay.
Well,
then
I think there's depreciation too, according to the documents.
I think you're confused. Okay.
Okay.
There's 2 kinds of coverage. One is actual cash value. They call it ACV. The other is replacement. If you have actual cash value, they literally estimate the value of the roof at the time. So, not at the time after damage, but right before. So, if that roof was, let's say, 10 years old, and it's a 20-year roof, you probably somewhere will be 50%, okay?
Right.
And that's all you get. Now, if you have replacement coverage, the ACV is only for the first check. They want to encourage people to do replacement and not to keep money. So here's what they do. When they inspect your roof, they get the actual cash value and give it to you. So let's say it's a 20-year roof and it's depreciated half, and you get, instead of $20,000, let's just say you get $10,000. Then you have the roof done and submit the final paperwork, and you get an extra check for the 10 grand or 9 grand if you have a $1,000 deductible, or 8 grand if you have whatever it is. So if you have replacement coverage, it doesn't matter what the ACV is. Even if you only got $1,000 of actual cash value, and some people have, you'll get the rest of the money when the job is complete.
Okay.
You really need to see if you have actual cash value or replacement.
Okay.
That's and then call us back.
On the what they sent me, they said they're going to estimate it, and then they're going to subtract the depreciation, and then give me a check for that.
Just the opposite. They're going to estimate it, and then they're going to give you a check for the actual cash value.
Okay.
And then give you the rest after you replace it. If you have replacement coverage. We're in a circle.
Okay.
We're in a circle. Keeps going back to the same thing. So you need to figure out with the declarations page what you have. I ended the circle. You call us back anytime you want. Let's talk to Samantha, and I appreciate her calling us. I hope we got to her in time. She called us. We're calling her back, or she wrote to us. Are you there, Samantha?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sorry. I know that we contacted you because you contacted us and you've been holding a little while. What's happening?
Okay, that's okay. Well, I've been having problems with my landlord for quite a while. Just different things have happened, and now we've been without heat since Sunday.
Well, that's unacceptable. That's considered one of the necessary things for habitability. How long is your lease?
Well, that's the thing. I subleased from a lady about a year ago, and so they just have continued to let me stay there, and they've told me.
Is it a single-family home or an apartment?
It's an apartment building through Woody Investments in Greeley.
And you are subletting legally or not? Does the landlord accept sublets?
I don't know. They know that I'm there. They've known I've been there.
Who do you pay rent to?
Woody Investment.
Oh, you pay directly. Then why do you say it's a sublet?
Well, that's how I got into it. So they've never even really given me a lease.
All right. So you lease from the owner. Not okay. And who? So the other person that was there, where are they?
They're gone. They're not even on it no more, apparently.
Well, then you have a month to month.
Oh, okay.
That's what you have, a month to month. You've never signed anything, right?
No.
But that doesn't mean that you can't have heat. You still are entitled to heat. What are the other people saying? That's what I need to know. We'll come right back to you because this sounds very weird.
This is Denver's Talk Station 630 J-House.
Right now? Not a good thing.
Denver. Sponsored by Farmers Insurance. We are farmers.
Looking at your drive right now on
We
I-270
are farmers.
eastbound direction, right at I-70, there is a collision. Also, delays looking like they're up to about an hour because of a switching problem at the airport. This is on the A line.
It was -3 at mine.
To the Dallas airport. Also looking at slow
And it got colder.
westbound, getting between Chambers.
It did. You know, as the sun come out, it actually dropped.
Westbound getting out toward
We
Washington
drove
Street.
so far.
Denver weather, clouds, flurries, and a high of 23.
I know what you
Partly
mean.
cloudy,
So you can imagine what 30 below feels like.
Right now with clouds, it
We're
is
at
only
5
cold,
below.
chilling 12. With your traffic info from Karen Johnson, 630 J-House.
From a hot air balloon landing on a car to a load of concrete falling on one, we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two.
Do you guys do a thing for cold on the face and everything? I've heard that.
What? Oh.
That it's supposed to help your face.
Cairo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
You guys don't do that. That's what a comedian was on there and says, I did that.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
boy, when I was in Wisconsin.
What?
Like
CEO Doug
the
Kirk
cold.
discusses why he started Good RX.
60 Schultz. How'd you get the times? You said it was a hell of a thing.
He's done.
But is it on the log?
The full body.
I started GoodRx.com to help
You just went outside?
80%.
Yeah.
I just went outside.
Why isn't it on the log? Why is it? Isn't that the best place to do it?
We offer free coupons that help get you the best deal.
You only do it for a short period of time.
Americans spend $2 billion.
How cold does it get?
And we'd love to help you too.
Good RX.
I mean, let's say next gen
What's the
takes time for
chances over
something
that?
that people have to keep track of.
Well, you're supposed to wear like gloves and feet, you know.
You just jump in there?
10 seconds.
That's GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance. Savings average 65%.
Do you have shoulder pain or knee pain? Listen carefully because you can get free stem cell therapy if you're eligible, and Centeno Schultz will tell you with an exam. Here's the deal. If you have a torn ACL, that's the knee, or you have a rotator cuff, the shoulder, and you're having pain and discomfort, especially if you've already been diagnosed, you can get free living stem cell treatment if you're part of this study. So please give them a call and find out all about it. 303-963-9201. Now, if you go to the website, avoidsurgerytoday.com, that'll give you information about Centeno Schultz. Now, the study is being done through Regenex, which was spawned by Dr. Chris Centeno, the owner of, who started this all, and part of Centeno Schultz. Give them a call, 303-963-9201.
This is it. This is the hair color
Yeah,
that's changing the way women think and feel
minus
about
210.
coloring their hair. This is the hair
Is it
color.
like you in liquid or?
I don't need to put this on to get some
Liquid
rock quality
nitrogen.
hair.
Just
This is the hair color.
Yeah,
that
helps
you
it.
want to say.
I loved it. I loved it. Did you like it?
I did the whole body.
I did too. That's why I picked it.
Okay, caller again, 720-234-4171.
I remember at the time, as soon as I got out, I felt immediate results. I don't know if I had. It's been a while. I just tried it out.
I
doesn't have long range effects.
No.
It's for circulation.
Inflammation. Yeah, it helped. It helped. I was having shoulder pain.
I guess it's like going to get a massage or something like that.
Yeah, it's not long-lasting results.
Stuff, you know,
Like Mark Wahlberg has one in his house, and he does it every day. Mark Wahlberg. I was reading it. Yeah, he does it like 3 times a day. But you know, I mean, it's something where you have.
Minus 210, that would just crystallize your skin.
But you only 3 minutes is the max.
Yeah,
it's cold after 30 seconds. I feel like I'm done. The lady was trying to talk to me.
If you put liquid nitrogen on you, it'll burn you.
It just slowly pumps it in, and you wear longer socks because your ankles, it's heavy and it sits. I mean, I like it. I like it.
No, I've done that. Like I do the jumping in the lake.
And unlike online pharmacies, we
the
evaluate medical history in person.
And it's kind of the same thing.
But that's only probably 32 degrees, 33.
For your particular situation. Give us a
It
call.
pumps in there.
I love the Wahlberg brothers.
Takes the old breath away.
Oh, it does.
Donnie is the one in Blue Blood.
Yes.
And he's in the,
And if that test goes to
that whatchamacallit,
He gets on the block. Yeah.
He's cool. And Mark I like.
Mark, I do too.
Those are
The
cool
other
guys.
ones,
Matters in retirement.
I mean, the younger one was
RetireWithTucker.com. Retire.
Yeah, well,
6:30.
Who else? What, those two? Is there any more brothers?
Oh, yeah, there's like 6 of them.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Let's get back to her and help. Okay, Samantha, you're month to month. You started out subleasing. It doesn't really matter. You're renting, and you don't have heat. Now this is terrible. I mean, come on, you got to have heat. That's one of the basics. So, what are your neighbors doing without heat, Samantha?
That I don't know. I've talked to the landlord every day since Sunday. And so she told me yesterday that, like, so we lost, I'm trying to think what day. It was 2 days ago we had no hot water. And so they thought that there was a problem with the boiler.
Well, let's get right down to it, dear. Right down to it. When did they say you'll have heat? Come on. This is
They said they don't know.
okay, well, you know, truly, let's put it this way. If the furnace went out and it's no fault of her own, I mean, really, and they don't know, and it's truly out of her hands, and they're trying to find someone to fix it. I mean, obviously, there's nothing we can do. But if she's dragging her feet, you know, that's another story. And then another thing is, I don't know how far this goes, but if it was really, really cold and you can't get warm, now, you know, I don't think you'll freeze. I don't think it's a health hazard at this point, but you do need heat. But can you temporarily stay warm enough to at least, you know, weather the storm, as they say? I would like to probe a little to see if it's a real delay, and if it's beyond her control, what do we do about it? I mean, Mark, for example, let's just say it's like really terrible, and it's going to be 6 weeks before they can get something done.
Well, we need to get this woman some electric heaters out.
But what about the apartment house? I'm wondering, how far does an obligation go, really? We
had one years ago that they had some weird boiler system that actually heated the entire complex. And, man, it took them a long time to find anybody that could fix it. But they went out and they bought electric heaters for everybody in the interim.
I mean, this is a problem. This is a problem.
Yeah, it's been a problem since like, when the first thing that happened was, like, what broke it is over the summer, the apartment at the time was over 120 degrees on a 4th of July.
Oh, my God.
So I called about the air conditioner because it wouldn't work.
Now, is this central? Let me ask you about your heat. Is it hot air blowing out of ducts, out of holes, or is it a radiator? What is it?
It's like the floorboard heating. It's heated by hot water, I believe is how they.
Now, wait a minute. Your floors warm up and radiate.
No, there's like a vent all the way around every wall.
Is it a vent where air comes out, or is it like a register or like a
It's like a radiator. It sounds like.
Yeah, is it like a radiator?
Yeah, it just gets warm. The vent part gets warm. It
When
don't
you
blow
say
out.
vent, that's where I get crazy about vent. So there are actually vents that go into ductwork like a tunnel, or are we talking about fins on a pipe, little fins, if you look inside there, that radiate heat?
I think that's what it is.
Okay, so that's a hot water pipe, a hot water system, and I would suspect it's a boiler problem, and I'll tell you why. Usually big buildings have boilers. It's more efficient with a big building to do it that way. And here's what I'm suspecting. They can't find people to work on them. So that's why I want to probe. Not to say you better fix it tomorrow or else. But here's what I'd like Deputy Dan to do, because he's sitting on his ass right now. I would like, he's actually working the video, but Deputy Dan, you don't have to do it now. But after the show, I really would like to discern if this is a true delay. Now, if it's because they can't find someone, I'm going to volunteer that she call Fix It 24/7, and there's a reason. They have a boiler expert there, and if any of them are listening, they know who I'm talking about. Big, ugly Andy. Well, I'm just lying. He's not that big. Ha ha. No, Andy, though, seriously, he's good at what he does. And if George, the owner, is listening, you know, they do big buildings, but here's the deal. Let's find out the real problem first. Let's find out. Now, if it turns out that they're on it and it's just going to take a while, then as Mark said, we have to figure out a temporary solution. So hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What do you do if you're subpoenaed by a public school, or maybe you want to subpoena someone at a public school? Then Shannon got towed. We got to figure that one out. And then we have Brandy to talk about what they did for Bertha's trailer, or what they are doing. A lovely person who volunteered services coming up.
Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
You know, it's going to get to one of these, it's going to be one of these gift horses.
And she seemed really like, I thought we said she was really nice. She thought she was really...
Yeah. She wants her pound of flesh. She really wants someone to go basically kick his ass and steal the car. It ain't going to fucking
What's
happen.
that? Somebody wants somebody to steal a car?
The old woman. She wants her pound of flesh. That's where she's at.
You know what? I don't blame her for being pissed.
I know that, but I'm not going to steal the fucking guy's car.
I know you're not, but I don't blame her for being pissed. I'd like to go over and kick his ass if I can.
Well, I guarantee you can't. I have zero doubt about that. So have at it.
I'm putting money on you, Tom.
I guarantee you.
Have you ever seen...
Ask Brandy about him.
Have you ever seen YouTube videos?
Two old men.
Every time I look, I laugh my ass off. It's like one guy was like this, okay, and he goes to throw a punch and falls down on his ass. The other guy
stomps on him.
At the same time was blocking and fell, and they both fell down. And you hear the guys filming it, laughing his ass off. It's like, why bother, guys? Come on.
So David's not available, so I don't know how you deal with Shannon on that. Because Shannon didn't have it on his... I don't know how that works.
What are we talking about?
David Salisbury.
He's not on the log. He doesn't do a spot.
He is on the log, but Shannon I don't know why Shannon didn't put him on there. I don't understand that. You'll have to ask him. Yeah, he was supposed to be on your sheet.
He was going to do a recording. He was going to do let's find out.
Okay, I just don't understand that. I just know David's not still...
Take the car. Yeah. Knocked him down. That's great. Like you were doing Tom Braun. I thought you were going to kick his ass there.
Yeah, that was some of the best video we've ever got. You quit recording.
He grabbed it.
That's another one though. She thinks she's gonna get $7,500. She's insane. She's gonna go in front of the judge. By the time she's done, the judge is going to eat her up and spit him out because she's asking for... She doesn't even know what she's doing.
She paid $6,000 for it.
I don't give a fuck what she paid for it. If I auction something off and I have nothing in writing saying there's a minimum, what the fuck do you do? That means I wanted to sell it.
I understand that.
It's about the guy who tripped you when you...
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching that one.
I just couldn't believe, but the woman suing him for $7,500. At absolute best, she's owed probably $800. And her own evidence is what says that.
No, it's a little more than $800.
Well, whatever it is.
It's not $7,500.
What'd she sell it for? What did he list it? she's going to go in there and say, look, Your Honor, he sold it for how much?
No, but he says he didn't sell it. So.
I don't know what to argue. On his own website, it said it sold. She called into the fucking show, and her first thing was, he sold it and hasn't paid me. Here's the proof.
Right.
So she's going to show up, say the same thing to the judge, and the judge is going to go, so why is it $7,500 if he sold it for that?
Because he's not going to say that. Because he said he didn't sell it. So he's going to sell it. He says he didn't sell it. He says he hasn't paid the money to it, and he doesn't know where it's at.
Okay, then and then what's the judge going to say?
Where's
it's going to be like a pawn store. It's going to be worth fucking squat. It's going to be worth fucking squat.
Well, then he's got to come and say that, hey, I sold it.
I'm telling you, she's going to end up fucking herself, trying to go after $7,500.
Well, of course, but she at least get the money back. She hasn't gotten anything back.
Well, yeah. No, but he just offered her the whole bit.
Okay, we're up.
He offered her.
If you need help with a personal injury, John Fuller, Fuller Law. And when I say help, I mean information. You're not just going to go out and hire an attorney straight off the bat. You shouldn't. Especially, you see these TV commercials and all that, and you think, oh, they'll help me. No, make them prove it. Call and see if you can talk directly to the attorney and get information. John Fuller will always be there, 303-597-4500, 597-4500, personalinjuryco.com. John Fuller, Fuller Law, on my referral list.
She came on the air like a week or two ago and said he offered to pay her. I thought she said $800, but maybe I was wrong.
Yes, she said that on agreement. The Tom Brun, the gallery. Because
good.
No, she says
she wants her $7,500.
No, I'm not saying that.
I know. This is the one. This shit drives me crazy.
No, I think Fuller's getting his head knocked off. I think Fuller's getting his head knocked off.
Okay, I'll talk to him. I mean, I'm talking to him anyhow, so I'm also.
No,
go ahead, Dan.
He says that he.
Let's hear out Dan's list first.
Had agreement from that she didn't have a copy of. That said, hey, I only have to pay you $800. And she says, send the agreement. That's why I called as far as to get the facts. He was supposed to send that.
Never sent it.
Well, I'm going to find out today.
But he did offer her the money, though, right?
He said that. He says all I have to do is He didn't.
He's a liar. I mean, he said he didn't sell it. We know he sold it.
Donnie, Paul, Robert, Arthur, Jim, and Scott. And
that?
Buddy.
Those are just the brothers. Then there's two sisters.
Of you guys?
No,
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brothers. And they're not very good.
I bet you they're Catholic and Irish.
Wait. Where's the? No, then what's not even on here?
Sounds like that.
Mark, Donnie.
Mark's not even on here. Wait a minute. There can't be that many. 1, 2.
Oh yeah, they do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Because Mark's not on it.
Yeah, Paul's the one that owns the burger.
Yeah. Oh, Wahlburgers.
Yeah, Wahlburgers.
I didn't realize
Robert and Donnie.
I didn't know that.
Robert and Donnie. Oh my God, they're twins, right?
Pretty much.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Brandy, we really appreciate you. Paxel Painting called and volunteered to help people. I think you've done this once before for us, too. And, Brandy, you heard about Bertha, and she loaned 12 or 15 grand to a neighbor. Or not loaned, paid for work to be done. He bought a car and then said, hey, I'm too old to do the work, basically, and I'm broke and I can't pay you back. No, this guy is just a terrible man to do this. But we didn't know if he was dangerous or not. You went to see him. I wanted to talk about that first. When you guys went to see him, what was your impression? What do you think's going on with this guy?
He's a complete con artist. He lives in the trailer area park where she's at.
Yeah.
And apparently they had a history. They were friends. She was very good friends with his wife.
Dating?
No.
Okay.
Like he was somewhere and they were separate. He and his wife were separated, but they'd known each other for like 15 or 20 years living in this area. And the wife of this Leo guy who did her dirty was actually one of her very good friends used to come check on her. So he just took advantage of the friendship he had with
And what did he say when you said, are you going to do anything?
He said, I'm broke. And I said, I went with a couple of my guys.
Did you ask for the hell of it? Like, did you ask, well, did you ever intend to do the work? Do you feel sorry? I mean, this is fraud. I mean,
it's complete fraud. Yeah, and he said I never intended to do the work, but clearly, like, we've gone through her documents, and she has a check. She wrote, we got a copy from the bank.
What does that mean? He never intended. Is he saying she gave him the money?
Yeah, that it was just a gift. And I said, you got to be out of your mind. I mean, this is her nest egg. This is money she needs. And clearly, the trailer only needed a couple $1,000s worth of work, if that. And he took 15 and was supposed to paint the trailer, get the windows caulked in, and that was it. Like I said, we were going to throw in some doors, and we gave her a new toilet.
How old is this guy?
He's probably 74, maybe 73, but he's very capable. I think he was in shock that I showed up at his doorstep.
Do you think I can take him?
You got him, Tom. You're in super shape.
I guarantee you can take him.
I just mean, come on, I'm so upset about this. So Brandy, she was confused as to what, and she really wasn't complaining. She's just confused as to what you guys were doing. What have you already done?
So what we've done right now is we went in and caulked in. Mark had been over there, and she had some windows leaking pretty bad from the trailer.
Yeah.
She's got doors, the old accordion-style hinges. So we've ordered some doors. I had called in some buddies of mine that are other vendors, and they're going to supply a couple storm doors for her.
Yeah.
And we just really haven't had a break in the weather, Tom, to get it completed.
All right, that's cool.
Paint over there.
That's cool.
So yeah, no, she's okay with that. I think she's more or less really to the point where she's needing her money. And I said, well, there's some avenues to take. And I think Friday, we're really going to try to help her out. We're going to go actually file an elder abuse complaint with the city of Aurora.
Good. That is great.
Rolling.
Oh, man,
yeah,
you guys are cool.
I went through this with my grandmother. It's horrible. I kind of loathe these kind of people. And he's perfectly capable. Even if he would have taken the money and subbed out the work, he could have done that. But he went and bought himself a car.
That dirtbag wouldn't even... Well, with the car, though, he was supposed to drive her to and from doctor's appointments, which he decided not to do as well.
Correct. I mean, he's just an ogre. He sits over there in his trailer.
Man.
And,
but there was no guns or anything like he claimed, right, Brandy?
There was nothing. I went into the trailer. He was nice as pie and played the old, I've got this going on. I've got back problems. And why would I ever agree to that? And
I'm old. Where am I?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, he's that guy. He's truly that guy. And I think the police need to get involved. If you bought the car outright, I believe he's got that asset. I looked him up. His trailer is rightfully owned. It's worth about $7,000. So he's got some assets. And I think if we can get the police involved and
you start the ball rolling, and we'll help any way we can.
We need to get her in.
Yeah, we need to get you in.
She showed up there. She said a couple guys. My understanding, Brandy, is you showed up there with 5 to 8 guys.
just a couple. A couple of
that's pretty. Brandy, seriously,
that's in case you had a gun.
we love the way you do business. Seriously, Paxel Painting, thank you. And what is this about a subpoena, John? I'm very confused. What's going on?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I'm in a situation where I had another person cause an accident due to road rage. And I was written a ticket because by the time the cop got there were no witnesses, and all they said is that, well, all I can see is that you hit him. So,
yeah, I understand. Hold on one sec, though, really quickly. Guys, do you have to leave at noon? Yeah. All of you? Okay, hold on. Just one sec. John, I'm going to get to you. I really want to make sure I give out the contact information for the Hormone Bros. Joe, John, and James, and Revitalize Health is really the name. And the HormoneBros.com or HormoneBros.com, either one will work. The HormoneBros.com, and it's 720-361-2302. 720-361-2302. I want you to give a special. Think about it right now. What? Right now. What?
Free consultations for all your listeners, as well as the in-house testosterone test, no charge. And then if they make an appointment today, we'll give them a B12 shot as well.
Okay. That, by the way, that free testosterone test is really cool if you call today. And that's cool with a free consultation. That is not, that truly has value there. That instant test, 720-361-2302, 720-361-2302.
Warren Buffett says rule number 1 is don't lose what you already have.
If you were to lose 50%,
thank you. Like what happened in the market decline in 2008.
Are we kicking you guys out now?
I guess so.
Okay.
And you guys,
when you come in without one, that's right. I didn't know that. We don't need to.
That's all right.
Gotcha.
All right. We know where you're at. We can
If you are thinking you are and you just want to know, come in, we'll run the in-house test. Yeah, there you go. You're at, yeah, I mean, you're in this, right?
Yeah.
Take care of it. We can, one.
Glad I get it.
Yes.
Mark is next.
See you next time.
Mark Wahlberg here.
Maybe.
I mean, if you're okay feeling like crap, that's your business.
Well, you don't feel like crap, but I just you don't have problems sleeping, though. I had problems sleeping.
You know, sometimes too, though, if you don't have any problems, what it does, it'll improve no matter what, but you don't notice it necessarily unless you've had problems. He would say, here's what would happen. He'd say, well, yeah, I don't feel bad, but I never felt really bad. So, but inside, it will be doing all kinds of stuff like,
you don't realize how bad you feel
for
until
sure.
you feel great.
They don't understand it. It's a shield against heart disease.
I moved Mark.
Also, he'll start putting on more muscle. He does a shitload of
and he needs some muscle.
And he'll start getting muscle for it.
That's what I never.
He's all scared to have a little incision in his back.
That's right.
And then they tested me, and I was well, and I got it.
Well, Mark, what was your number anyway? What was it? What was it?
You guys grab everything?
384 something. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's low.
And did you clear out of your history? Were you
That is actually low. I'm surprised you don't do that. You know that? That's pretty damn low.
They saw it and then they negotiated.
Just like, and I used to have like a bad mood day, maybe once a month or so. I don't have any bad mood days, where you really feel down. You do that.
Well, like any woman, when your period's coming on, you get...
No, but you know how that, you just feel, don't you? You've done that, we just feel, God, why am I just in a bad mood? Don't you feel like that sometimes? No?
Oh, I'm sure I have, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a monthly thing, though.
No, I don't think it is either and stuff. It's just like sometimes you just feel, well, of course, it doesn't. Right, but I just don't see that.
Generally, it's when someone's bugging me.
You get a pellet.
Get a pellet implanted in my ass. I'm not so sure that last one she got, fuck, man. She hated it for 3 or 4 days. She was bitching like crazy.
Just gonna get a bunch of pellets as soon as you bitching.
Why don't they just put why not just do one that lasts a fucking year so you don't have to go through that every quarter?
I don't know if we can. They tell them probably no.
Yeah, why don't they do bigger ones that last longer? Do you have any idea?
He's ignoring me.
He has no idea.
Supporters say it would also boost jobs. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told reporters this morning she had not yet read it, but welcomes enthusiasm for past climate change initiatives. Lisa.
Thanks, Jared. A sell-off on Wall Street, the Dow is down 300 points. The S&P and
Did you have
Nasdaq
battery
have also
without?
been down more than 1%. Worry about
No, I just want a couple spares, but I'm not paying this for them. They're fucking absurd.
Who's that?
How much are they?
What are you looking at?
$48.
What are you looking at, Mark?
Arlo batteries.
Hey guys.
They're alive?
Oh man, are they?
Wait, I thought mine take regular batteries.
Yours do. You've got old school Arlo.
Do me a
Thank
favor
you.
and don't touch that dial.
Your batteries are actually cheap.
You've been listening to this radio
But yours doesn't do video, does it?
A compelling radio ad for Noxitril. The potent all-natural male.
Do I have a third? Do I have a headline?
Asked me, does this Noxitril really work, or is it just another scam product? I can tell you, there's nothing
Over the air.
I recommend this super pill to men everywhere.
That I have to pay?
You're like a kid too. You get up and you start going around. I'm ready for you to hold your feet.
Just imagine
That's like little boys.
It's like a 5-year-old.
Little boys are so fun to have.
You got to go to the bathroom? No. Hey, Shannon's grabbing you.
Okay, 10 seconds, guys.
So funny. That's so funny.
Get on board for the energy rebates from XL Energy, an extra $300 on top of their already normal generous rebate. I believe that rebate is now up over $1,000, over $1,300. You know what? Let's just put it this way. If you install a high-efficiency plumbing and, furnace and AC with Plumb Line Services before March 31st, you're going to save over $2,400 in the accessories, savings, rebates, plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Give them a call if you have any questions about your furnace. And, of course, free second opinions if someone tells you you need one. Compare, be smart, and use a company I know and trust, PlumlineServices.com, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086. You got to do it before March 31st to get that extra kick of $300. Nothing to sneeze at. 303-586-1086.
This is Courtney Pierce, president of Buy and Build Incorporated. Gray is all the rage now, and
You know what I'll do? Maybe I'll put one of these solar panels on
which, just like all of our cabinets, are
I got one at home.
hardwood fronts and no
Or just
board.
keep
But
it,
these
I wonder how much longer it would last. You get a lot of sunlight. Although with that, there's only one camera I care about. It's so high up in a tree, I got to get my big ladder out.
Well, just buy one then for that.
That's what ours. I have old school. What's different now, other than a better battery?
Well, does yours do full video? Can you log in and just turn it on and watch video and all that shit? I don't know what yours does. I don't have one that old. I've never. When I first got them, they already had my model. I didn't have your old model.
I didn't even know what model I had.
Because it takes regular batteries. That's the original Arlo. After that, they're all battery packs. You can't replace the batteries. Which I kind of wish you could. That's like one change I wish they didn't make.
So Tom, Mark asked, why don't, and we should ask them here, why can't they put like a year-long pellet?
Yeah, why is it only a 3 or 4 month pellet? Why not a bigger one that lasts longer?
I don't know.
Because you know, like for birth control, they can put that on for
I don't know, actually.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
It might be the composition that it dissolves too quickly, and if they put too much in, it won't last. It'll give you too much.
Too high of a...
Maybe. I don't know.
Actually, why don't they just have a patch, like a nicotine patch?
They do.
Well, what's wrong with those?
Because it's not, you don't metabolize it through the skin.
It's not
Creams are very ineffective.
Well, you know, Clint takes shots.
Shots are effective, but they're too high-low. They don't assimilate either. The efficacy of the pellet is damn near identical to the gland.
Now, text the nationwide keyword cash to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus
Dap around.
And Clint said they wouldn't do the pellets in them.
I'm trying to text her, or I'm trying to message her.
It's a troubleshooter show.
I wonder if they could...
Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. You know, when I say it, I really mean it. And the longest running radio show with the same host currently on the air. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. If you're looking for a garage door company, you might not even know you need one, but then something happens, it's an emergency. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. You know, we like to hear from you if you're having a problem, question, or complaint. We're going to get to Shannon, had a car towed. Donovan is working from home, needs some advice. John, there's an accident, a road rage, has to do with getting a subpoena or being subpoenaed, something to do with Denver Public Schools. We'll get to that. What is on your mind and how can we help you? That's what we ask each and every day. And if you need help one day with your garage door or you want to get a free Martino inspection, which includes tightening the hinge bolts and doing the safety adjustments, just, you know, I love giving out websites, OneClearChoiceGarageDoors.com. And truly, you will notice immediately they're a cut above. You hear me say that about my clients and their categories because it's true. 303-565-6409, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Let's talk. What's on your mind? Let's go to the subpoena we left off with. John said there was a road rage incident. Hey, John, would you do me a favor? Because it's a little private bugaboo of mine. I'm also looking at some research I'm doing into road rage. So I'd like you to tell me the story, if you could, without, too long. Just tell me the story first about that rage. How did it happen? What happened?
So the guy was evidently irritated that I wasn't going fast enough. It was a residential street. It wasn't anything really busy. It wasn't a highway. He decided to, get on my tail and honk his horn and, shout. And
why is that, though? Just why? Why?
I don't know.
Okay. So what did you do in response? Be honest. What did you do?
So I actually
Did you slow down?
I pulled over. No, to pull over, Tom. I did not slow down to cause an accident. I slowed down to pull over, but with the snow that had happened last week, I couldn't pull into any spots.
So it looked like you were just slowing down and stopping.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. I mean, it's unsafe to have this guy behind.
Yeah,
me.
but couldn't you have found a place to pull over? I'm just saying. Look, you're not on trial here. I was just curious because he probably thought, damn you. So what happened after you stopped?
So, well, then I started going again because there's nowhere for me to go, and there's traffic coming up. So I started to go, and then he found an opportunity to get out around me, accelerated. Literally came within inches of my bumper to cut me off, and then slammed on his brakes, and I couldn't stop in time.
Uh-oh. And you hit him.
Yep.
So he got out in front of you.
Yep.
And then slammed on his brakes.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see where that's going to be bad for you. Why were you so close, though? Because
I couldn't.
theoretically, you should be at a distance. That if someone
he's following too close, is what the cops are going to say.
Yeah, you understand what I mean, right?
But by the time he cut over, there's no way I had time to even step on the brakes. I was already on the phone with 911 when this happened. I was calling them. I'm like, this guy's a threat, and I started to dial 911.
All right, so hold on. So once you hit him, what did he do?
Then he basically stopped, sat there, and got out of his car and came over and started screaming at me and shouting obscenities. And
you were in your car. And you were in your car.
I was in my car on the phone with the 911 operator.
Did you have the windows down or up?
I had him down.
You wanted them to hear it.
I was hoping, but I don't know. The 911. I called them, and they said they can send me the transcript of it.
Then what happened?
Not a transcript, but a recording.
Then what happened?
Then I said, I need the police dispatched, and they said, are there injuries? And I said, apparently not right now. And so they dispatched, just the crash unit. And of course...
Okay, so what do you want? You want to get the security footage that shows what he did from a school?
There's a very good chance that the school has the...
What do you want to show? What do you want to show?
I want to show that one, he lied to the police officer, and two, that he caused the accident, and the video footage will show that.
I don't think they have to give up the video footage.
The one of him getting out of the car coming up to you, or the one where he or the whole thing?
The whole thing, because I know it'll show that he tried to cut me off and run me off the road, and then within clearing my car of a couple of feet, he had slammed on his brakes, and there's no way I could have stopped in time. There was nowhere to...
And by the way, John, what do you want to do? You want to sue him for damage?
Well, what I want is, one, I don't want this to be on my record, and I don't want the ding on my driver's license, and I don't want it to be on my insurance, but at the same time, I want him... what he did is a crime. That is an absolute crime.
It is.
Cause an accident.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And
here's the problem, though. Seriously.
But all I want is the video footage, and
no, I know.
Release it without.
But you may not be able to get it. Here's the biggest problem you're going to have. The truly biggest problem is that they won't. They're not going to get involved. It's going to be proof. You hit them, and I want to know. And I don't even know if you'll answer me. But this guy's probably not listening. Maybe he is. I don't know. It's a very popular show. But here's the deal. Do you feel you could? Do you feel you had a hand in some of this? I mean, I get the impression when I'm just going to say right out, it's BS when you said you slowed down. You wanted to stop because it was dangerous and there was nowhere to pull over. You could have found a place. You could have waited until there was a pull-off to pull off or to turn. I just think, look, the guy was a jerk and he was irritating you and you thought, you know what, I'm not taking this. I want him to go around me, and you slowed down. But the stuff about there was no place to, you know what I mean. Yeah, I just get the impression you're not Mr. Innocent. I don't think you deserved anything you got, and I do believe it's his fault. I do believe you. I do. I really believe you.
How is that? Even if I did want to aggravate that driver, how is that justification for him causing an accident?
Wait. Hold on. John, hold on a second. Did you hear me say there was justification for an accident? Because I don't recall I said that. I recall saying that it's his fault.
Partly to blame.
I never even said you're partially to blame. I said I think he is wrong and you didn't deserve it. And I never said you're partially to blame. I said you had a hand in that. You absolutely did.
On escalating.
You
not
absolutely
the accident,
did.
But on escalating the situation.
Because here's what: if you did not slow down and stop,
that's not justification.
I never said justification.
I escalated.
John,
it's not justification.
I have never said. First of all, I didn't say you escalated it, and I didn't say it was justification. Here is what I said, and here is what I meant. You have a hand in it. If you did not slow down and stop, and you simply ignored him, it would have gone away, and the guy would have never pulled in front of you and slammed on his brakes. That's what I mean. I am not saying it's justification, and I'm not saying it's deserved, okay? I don't believe any of it, and I would be just as pissed as you are, just as pissed. And I would want to do exactly what you're doing. I would sue the guy for the damages or to get out from under the damages. I would do the same thing. But don't tell me there wasn't a hand in it. By stopping, that alone could have been something that, as Mark said, escalated it. It could have. But,
so
you know,
if I did something to be safe, then I'm responsible for potentially...
But getting the video, John, back to reality, getting that video is going to be almost impossible.
John, and to be safe, you know what? If you had continued and simply obeyed traffic rules and continued straight ahead where you were going, it would not have been unsafe. This guy wasn't hitting you. He was a jerk. There's a big difference. You know, I recommend people never stop like that unless they can pull away and get away from them. You know, I just don't. The guy could have been such an idiot. He could have gotten out of his car and come up with a gun. You know, there are really crazy people out there, John. I don't, by the way, I don't think you're one of them. I think you were pissed off, and I am too. I am too when things like this happen. But I don't know what to tell you. I think what Mark said is correct. You're not going to get. Well, I guess. Hold on.
Well, let me ask you this.
If there was a serious crime, you could subpoena. You can subpoena them. In fact, I know you can subpoena them, and they'll try to quash it.
Okay. So how do I go about subpoenaing them?
Okay, you file a lawsuit for damages. The damages are whatever you think this impact is on you as far as the car, and what it'll do to your insurance record and all of that. And then one of the remedies would be to back it out.
What kind of bus was it?
What are you talking about?
What kind of
bus?
Where was the video?
Oh, the video is in school, I think you're saying. A school?
No. So the accident happened right in front of a school, and the security officer at the school told me that he thinks he has the video.
Okay.
The other administrator, who he said, come back tomorrow and I'll see if I can get to the video. And then the administrator the next day said, I can't give it to you without a subpoena.
My
John,
only point is
they
now
probably
you're trying
will
to
cooperate.
subpoena a school. It becomes even harder.
Well,
it's not like Walmart.
Mark, here's the thing, John. I actually think you will get it. Yeah, you will. If you actually file a lawsuit, but you will. You got to file a lawsuit. And here's the thing, though. Do you believe that there is enough security footage on enough cameras to capture when he got in front of you and slammed on his brake?
Yes, according to what the security guard that I spoke with, I wouldn't say he reassured me, but he
you know, you can subpoena him. What did he eyewitness it?
No. But he told me, and these were
quickly. Just tell me what quickly. What did he tell you?
That the other security guard that's in charge of the cameras said he saw personally 2 accidents that same week, and he said he can zoom in on any portion of that without including any of the school drivers.
John, another thing I want to ask, it's very important, your driving record. It better be spotless because the defense will take it.
It's spotless.
Good. Here's what I want you to do. You need to hire an attorney. You need to hire someone aggressive. So go to the referrals. I don't even know if we have someone that will do it like that. Well, first of all, it's not going to be contingency. You know that.
Right.
Okay. So if you sue him,
it's about what's right.
You can do small claims court then.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Can I still file it? Will a judge give me a subpoena?
Yes. Yes.
You will.
Mm-hmm. You read up on form and subpoenas and how to do it, because the judge's not going to fill it out for you. But yeah, you can do small claims court. It won't cost you much. So,
but I would like to consult with an attorney at least.
No, you can do that hour by hour, and one of them, I would say John Fuller, by an hourly rate, and he may not want to. But the reason I say John is he is so familiar with personal injury and with, so therefore, car accidents, and therefore how to get footage. I mean, he fights this stuff all the time, so think about this. If he's fighting for his client and he wants to say that was an unsafe condition, he probably has tried to get traffic cameras all the time. So that's the guy I would start with, John Fuller, Fuller Law, personal injury attorney. He's just really good at what he does, and he's an expert at traffic accidents. Now, if he can't help you, he'll probably just have some recommendations. But make it clear you're not talking about injuries and that you would like to hire him on an hourly basis for a consultation of your case. You know, in some cases, he'll just answer questions free of charge. If it has to do, I mean, he's just a good guy. 303-597-4500. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Would you do me a favor, though? And I say this, and damn it, some people do it and some people don't. I truly want you to give us a step-by-step after this. I want to know what happens.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Thanks. Mark? You know, what do you think? What's your gut?
I think it's going to be way harder than he thinks and more costly to ever get that video if the video actually exists. And then the second thing, I think, if they do get the video and they show him following too closely and the guy slams his brakes on and he hits him, it's going to change absolutely nothing. Following too close is following too close. I don't know the argument for it.
You're right the first time, too closely. But here's what I want to say.
I've attempted to make this argument before and have not won it.
But, Mark, here's what I think. Have you had people jam on their brakes to be a smartass?
I have, but I've never hit those people.
No, I've had people do that, and it's not...
Okay, full disclosure.
Yeah.
Have you ever slowed down when someone's tailing you?
No, I've slowed down and pulled away.
Okay.
I have no. I will go the speed limit, but no. I do not play those games because to me it's dangerous.
Well, it is.
There's never know. Even if it looks like a little old lady, I'm not going to do that. And also, I don't ever want anything hit in the papers. If ever there was an accident and somebody got hurt, oh my God, over being road rage, it just doesn't seem worth it. Here's the thing. Though there are people, honest to God, they're just angry drivers. They're angry. All right. What about you guys? Seriously, time to confess. Have you had situations that you wish somebody would investigate?
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable.
And the fact that cops ticketed him, they didn't think the other guy was a loony fucking bit.
So the guy pulled right over, then slam it on, or he just got it there?
That's what he's saying.
Pulled right over.
Do you know what my biggest frustration is? Four-way stops. People do not keep track.
Absolutely.
I keep track of exactly where I am in line, and I swear to God, people fucking jump the gun. It just bothers me.
I don't think people know how to do a four-way stop.
I hate idiots in circles. If you go up to the new thing, fucking all of New Jersey, where I grew up, is nothing but circles. We have no lights. These idiots here, I see one lady sitting there for a fucking 10 minutes and the circle's empty.
Because they're new here.
I'll tell you, the other thing drives me crazy. People in the passing lane on 25 that are fucking going slower than the other lanes. They say it's illegal, but I've never seen a cop pull them over.
I'm sure there has, but you're right.
Someone doing it. I don't care what it is. It's called the passing lane. I don't care if the speed limit's 75. If you're going fucking 80 and you're not passing the ones next to you, your ass should get a fucking ticket. It has nothing to do with the speed.
You're never going to get a ticket.
I don't know.
Market offense with growth and
okay, let's look up passing lane rules.
Well, just look up this passing lane rules overrule speed.
All season, all weather portfolio.
Keep right laws.
Now you can retire happy.
I'll guarantee you.
All states allow drivers to use the left lane when there's more than one lane to pass. Most states restrict the use of the left lane by slow-moving traffic. That is not passing.
Okay, guys, 5 seconds. Done. Stop. Ideal Home Loans is the place for your ideal home and next loan or refi. We know everyone who's used Ideal, and they say it's an ideal experience, and it will be for you. Idealhomeloans.com. You can start the process online or on the phone, 303-867-7000. That's because their promises are put in writing, and they don't have to talk in anything. They'll put you in a better situation than you were in, or they won't do it. And they will counsel you through it. You got credit optimization, which treats your credit legally, ethically, and quickly. You have a custom term loan. You can pick any term you want. You have the rate guarantee. If rates go down over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of charge. And they have the pre-approval, which is literally an approval ready to fund. They just need the house. And then you're ready to go in 3 weeks or less, like a cash offer. 303-867-7000, 867-7000.
Bam.
No, I don't think there is.
Oh, okay. So the Denver Post is fucking wrong.
So you keep on moving it up and down and trying to read it like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've used various payroll providers in the past, and none can.
They're saying if the speed limit is over 65 miles per hour, okay, or more, unless such person is passing other motor vehicles. Simple as that.
What does it say, Mark?
It says in Colorado, the passing lane, okay? So your far left lane, like on 25. Even if the speed limit's 75 and you're doing 80, and you're still impeding traffic in the passing lane because other cars in the other lanes are going faster than 80, you can get a fucking ticket. He wants to argue that because the speed limit's involved, you can't. But that's not what it says.
In Texas, if you impede traffic in the left lane, no matter what speed you're going, you get a ticket.
It's same here.
And the theory is the flow of traffic is, now listen, here's the deal though.
It's true though. It does impede traffic.
But technically, when they design highways and when they put up speed limits, technically, the fast lane is the speed limit, and those in the middle and the other are for going under the speed limit. But that's impossible. Could you imagine doing the speed limit in the fast lane?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We were having a discussion. Those who listen live on iHeart radio app, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, audio, video there, and then we are live on KHOW radio and other radio affiliates. Here's the deal. You hear if you're listening online, the broadband, you hear discussions. We had a discussion about, what really is a fast lane for. Not that it had anything to do with this call, but what is it about? And here's what it is. In the truest sense of legalities, when they originally were designed, is one thing, but what they've evolved to is people in the left lane, they want to go faster than the speed limit. If you have, but technically, a fast lane should be the speed limit, the middle lane should be a little slower, and the right lane should be even slower or exiting. Because left exits are usually high-speed exits. But here's what I want to ask you. What do you think the passing lanes, the left lanes, the fast lanes are for? For going over the speed limit, right?
They're for passing. And if you're impeding, I don't care how fast you're going.
In some states, it says that.
Right here, according to State Patrol, if you're not passing, people in the other lanes move the hell over.
Right.
That's the passing lane.
Right. In fact, if somebody comes up on you going 90 miles an hour and you're doing 70 and the speed limit is 55.
65. In Colorado, the state's only over 65. In other words, highways, when it talks about left lane laws, it's got to be a highway over 65 miles
okay,
per hour.
okay.
It's a technicality.
So let's say the speed limit's 65, you're going 75, but somebody comes up behind you doing 90.
You're impeding.
But you think to yourself, I'm in the fast lane, I'm going fast. You still must move over. That lane is for passing. And in Texas, if you impede traffic, same thing. They don't care who's speeding. If you say, I'm doing the speed limit, they don't care. Shannon, what's going on with your, what happened? How'd you get towed?
I was at a funeral. Sorry.
That's okay. I love kids' voices. How old is that child?
She's 3.
She's 3?
Yeah.
What is she doing? What is she talking about?
She wants pancakes.
What, for lunch?
No, I guess.
Or a snack?
A snack.
Okay. So what's going on?
So I was at this funeral for my friend's grandpa, and I was parked. It has a sign. Did you get my pictures?
Suzanne, did you send them, dear? If you sent them, I'll get them. Okay, so keep going.
Okay, so I have two pictures on there. One is a sign plainly stating that it is for South Broadway Christian Church. And then on the other picture, it shows where my car was parked. Apparently, this parking lot is split in two.
Okay, so you were parked where?
What
car? What color car is it?
Well, it's not in there because it was towed.
Okay, but where is the one you were parked? In that lot?
I was parked right next to the white, what was it, Range Rover?
Were you in the lot, behind that fence there, that lot?
Okay, so right there where that fence is, you see the tree?
Yes.
At the edge of the picture?
The big tree.
I was on the other side, and apparently that was the apartment complex parking. But there is no sign stating that.
No.
The only sign I seen was the one for the church.
Okay, but did the church warn about being towed away?
No.
Okay, so here's the deal. If there's no warning, according to law, they can't do it. And if they did it, you can get all your money back.
But there's parking signs here.
She
am I blind?
She said there's no signs.
Well, what is that big red sign that says parking?
That's why I took that picture.
Well,
and I told them,
hold on.
I'm not paying for my car to get out.
Hold on a sec. What sign are we looking at?
The sign that says that it is South Broadway Christian Church parking.
I see it.
And then look in front of the car.
But hold on. But Mark, if that doesn't say violators would be towed, they can't tow them. They can't. There must be.
Wait. Move to the other side.
There must be.
Scroll over to the other side of the fence.
How do I do this?
Zoom
Mark?
in.
Right here.
Why it's towing.
Where?
I'm staring at it.
But Mark, you see me
in.
Okay, I'm zooming in. Where?
Now go over more. To the left. Right. A little more left. Barely. Right there. You just passed it. Go back just a hair. Why it's towing.
Oh, I see it. It's right there. There's one in there. There's a sign as plain as day.
Private parking.
So what are you talking about?
Violators will be towed.
What are you talking? Why are you doing this? I'm sorry you had to wait so long for this. I'm serious. Your own picture is giving you away. Mark, thank you.
Let me see what you're talking about.
It's a blue sign. It says private parking violators will be towed. And then it gives the law. It gives a complete disclosure, and it's the exact size the law calls for.
Don't bring that photo to court.
Yeah, and it's right on the fence.
Okay, I am confused. I'm going to the picture real fast.
Which one are you going to, dear? Which one?
Okay.
You sent two pictures. Which photo? Let's get to that one first. Go to the photo from the street, not the one from the lot. Okay,
the one in the street.
That you're across the street taking the picture, right?
Yes.
Now look at the gate going in, not the gate, but the opening going in, right? And on the left you have that sign that you told us about, right?
Right. I see that. That's where I got the phone number.
Hold on. On the right side, in the same exact spot, is another sign.
Right.
And it says private parking, Wyatt's towing. Violators will be towed, and then it cites a CRS.
Okay, I understand that.
Well, what do you mean you understand it? That's your warning.
Why does it have the church parking?
It doesn't matter. They're both. I don't even understand what you're saying. It's the same opening. On the left, you have one saying the church, and on the right, it says violators would be towed. What it means is if you're parking for the church, you won't be towed.
I was parking for the church. I was at a funeral at that church. That's why I'm angry.
Well, I would be too. I don't understand that. What are you talking about?
I think the left side is the church. The right side is the complex.
That would be pretty damn. That would be so confusing.
How are we supposed to know that?
No, it would be very confusing to me because it says church parking only. It doesn't say church parking on the left. And why it's I agree with her. Here's what I do. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. Wyatt's didn't do anything wrong. They're under contract. They did nothing wrong. I'll tell you who did something wrong, and you're not going to like it. The church. The church absolutely leaves that too vague. The church should say left side only.
Right. I totally 100% agree.
Go after the church.
Sue the church.
I agree with you, by the way. At first, I thought you were a nut. When you go into this driveway, the left is the church, and the right is the apartment complex.
Right.
That's asinine. That's absolutely asinine. I would think you could park there. Where does it even say it's for the apartment complex at all?
It doesn't.
Mark, okay, now hold on, because I can't see.
Our apartment's right behind that big tree to the right of it.
But it doesn't.
The apartments are on the other end.
But here's what I need to know, and I can only go by your word. If you go to the second picture from inside the parking lot, right?
Yes.
Now we're looking at apartment complex parking, right? You're taking a picture of that side.
Right, that's where I was parked.
Now, where is a sign along there that says apartment complex only? There isn't one.
No.
You know what? I would definitely take these photographs. In fact, this is wrong.
It's very wrong. I paid $258.24
well,
to get
you know
my
what?
car out.
First, I think I would sue the apartment complex because there's no warning. Well, they're going to say the warn. You know what? There is a warning on the outside, but then where does it say, though?
You said it right the first time. The whole issue comes down to the church. The church is the one making it look wrong.
The church is the one that misled you. I hate to say this. I would sue the church.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I'm a Christian.
Shannon, are you the one in Denver on February 10th? My house was served. I don't know. Shannon, seriously?
And we're also assuming there's no other signs there.
Yeah, but
there's one on the apartment complex.
Wait. Well, where? Hold on. Where?
On the apartment building itself.
Oh, well, see, you didn't show us that. What does it say? What does it say,
Let's
dear?
see if I can see it.
Well, what do you mean I can't see it? Why would you be able to see it?
Oh, yeah, you can't. It's behind...
What does it say, please? What does it say?
It just says it's the parking.
You know what?
Parking, but the towing.
Are you going back to thinking she's a nut?
Now, there is something...
No, I'm not a nut.
This is not... Shannon,
how am I supposed to know is what I'm saying.
Shannon, this is not legal. This is a practical, and they call it the common man. A common man driving through that gate, I would assume it's church parking in the entire lot, except I don't know if the blue sign says that side. It might say right side only because the print gets pretty small. It might say it. And when you pull in, would a common man, and I mean woman too, of course, would a common person assume with what's on that apartment building and what's on that blue sign?
One more theory
that side is the apartment house. And the only way you'll know is by going there and seeing. For me, I don't know. But you know what? It's not as black and white as first. But it boils down to this. I'm still leaning toward, if that sign with the apartment house isn't clear, then your church did you wrong. What were you going to say?
I wonder if the apartment complex owns that whole lot, and then they either sublease or they gave the church. Well, because if you look in front of the cars that are on the left side, there's more signs in front of them that I can't read what they say. They might say...
How do you know there's signs? I don't see any signs, Mark. Where?
Look where the red sign is. There's green signs right in front of the other cars parked on the left side.
Yeah, what do those signs say?
Yeah, what do they say? Reserved for church?
What do they say?
I don't know.
I don't see any of those. Those are the
Look
three
at the
signs
blacks
that I've seen. There's the one on the apartment complex that
well,
shows
then
that
you're
the
blind.
towing company.
Go back to the one you took from across the street. Look at the entrance of the parking lot. Then look at the two cars that are parked on the left side, and there's signs in front of each one of those. It might be reserved for the pastor or something. Shannon, I would like you to follow us up on this. I'm very curious. But I think, where is this? Where is it? What street? What are the streets? Is this Broadway? What is this? Is this Lincoln? What is it?
Lincoln is what
Lincoln
my
and what?
says.
Lincoln and what?
It says 6 Lincoln Street.
Well, okay, that's near. Okay, I would like 6, so that's 6 North. It says 6 Lincoln.
What's the name of the church?
Excuse me?
What's the name of the church?
It's South Broadway Christian Church.
Okay, I know where that is. I'm going to try to swing by there, but I think you, Shannon, you need to take someone to see what they would assume. Not someone who's just going to tickle your ears. Someone to tell you the truth. But right now I'm leaning towards suing the church if you had to. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
iHeartRadio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Dan Capless afternoons at 4.
Salisbury.
You can see it.
Okay, so look at this.
I know. I'm going to do it, right?
Concerned about U.S.-China trade tensions, and although the president is hopeful that a trade
Look at this, Tom. Come over
China,
here.
White House economic advisor
This is
Larry
crazy.
Kudlow
Oh, you're
tells Fox
seeing it there?
Business the U.S. and China.
Yeah, this,
You said where Salisbury.
What's that, Jim? What's that?
I thought you
Here's
said
where-
where Salisbury.
Oh,
Tommy,
sorry.
remember the guy who had 2/3 of a property in Texas, and then other people were trying to sell?
Yes.
And you said something about a Houston attorney. Do you know the name of that attorney that I can give him?
Yes.
I think she was over here.
Gerald Yoakum.
And Amazon making
Gerald.
That doesn't happen.
investment in
Can you move?
high-profile
Wow,
autonomous
this is really
vehicle
good. Can you move
startup
over here with the
Aurora,
red sign
giving
over it? No.
e-commerce
Oh, yeah,
retailer
yeah. If
insights
she was
into
over
the
here, you're
fast
Yeah,
right.
wait a
This
minute.
apartment,
driverless
this should be
cars.
Best savings rates. Opened online at a Capital One location or from...
It doesn't look like here. Pull up that picture again. I want to see her picture.
For consumers only covered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Copyright
Who is-
18 Cap-
David Salisbury's a name that you should be familiar with. Write it down. Figure it out. David Salisbury is someone who will deal with your trust, your will, your probate, your estate planning. This is something that everyone will need. He does all of his consultations complimentary in the beginning, okay? So you come and meet. He'll ask you questions, then he'll give you a flat rate price. He'll recommend maybe a trust here and the will to point to the trust, or he may say a beneficiary's deed and no need to go to probate ever. He may say you need a combination or just a simple will starting at around $500. He will give you straight flat rates. He won't nickel and dime you. This is something you get done now. You don't wait. Husbands and wives, divorced couples, separated, if you need to make a change, David Salisbury. You'll find him on my referral list. Just search Salisbury, it's S-A-L-S, Sals, B-U-R-Y, Salisbury, 720-493-3911. 720-493-3911. You can even just search David on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Is that the damn church?
I think so.
What's guys?
But like I said, her pictures really don't show.
I don't see that house in hers.
Yeah, neither do I.
Guys, I don't know. What do you think?
You got to go there and look at it. That's the only way.
The problem is, it just doesn't even match up.
Yeah, exactly. What Mark brought up from Google.
Let me reset. I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to go back to here. Let's just start over. The signs look familiar. Where's the church? Here's the church, this way. Right? Oh, wait, here it is. Look.
There's a house.
Look! Wait, her photo's from Google Maps. No, it's not. Okay, so now we're right here.
So that's it there, right there. And she was where?
That's what I got to figure out. So if we go over to here.
So they must have rented that parking.
Now, wait a minute.
This is so crazy.
Yeah, that's what I think, too.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But where, again, where
I think the church parking is here. And then they have that there, unless if that's for the church side. And then here's a no parking here.
Right. So they have, so this apartment building has here, here, and there, is what you're saying.
I don't know.
That really is confusing.
This is even more confusing. So they're saying, what does that say? North something something church parking. So it definitely says that. Then this one, you would. Okay, here's the question: is she saying she parked here?
I would assume.
Thank you. Thanks over there.
Right.
She parked
Then the
here.
nut comes back and.
50 from a guard of granite, guys.
Jeez, I almost agree with her. And that's hard, man. Honestly, Tom, if you look at this, this is crazy.
Art of Granite is the art of doing things right in business by Mitch Floria. artofgranite.net. Look at the website, you'll love it. And on Facebook, just put the / facebook.com/Art of Granite Golden. Yeah, he's in Golden, but you know what? He'll do everything on the phone. He can give you prices on the phone, take some photos on the phone. Oh, when it comes time to pick out the specific stuff, you go to the beautiful showroom in Golden. And then, of course, it comes to the house in template. But from the time you visit that showroom, it's 1 to 4 weeks done. And he does beautiful work. He only charges for the fabrication and installation. Does not charge for tear out and hallway, does not charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen at the same time. And really, you only pay wholesale for all materials. He's a direct stone importer, artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919. Get your price right now. 303-386-5919. Artofgranite.net. On Facebook, Art of Granite Golden.
You got to come over and look at this.
Okay, good.
This is even crazier.
All right, Mark is astounded by this video, or the Google.
You got to look at this.
Now, we're talking about the church parking lot. Now, picture this, folks. You're going on Broadway, and you turn, or Lincoln, and you turn right into the parking lot. On the left side of the parking lot, it says church parking. On the right side of the parking lot, it says, does it say apartment? If it says apartment building parking, I don't know. Then you would have, it depends on what that says, but it does say violators would be towed. And she said, oh yeah, okay, violators would be towed, but that's only because the church and the apartment house, but I'm going to the church. But the church can only park on the left, apparently, and the apartment house only on the right. Is that apparent or not? Now, what does the...
Pull up
yes.
On the email I just sent you. Dan, I sent it to you. Put it up for our Facebook and YouTube people.
Now, what are we going to...
You're going to be astounded by this.
Now, tell me, Mark, what we're looking at, though.
You're going to be looking at a better picture of that parking lot.
Okay.
Now, if she parked on that right side...
Now, you sent me a better picture. Let me get it. I got it.
Pull that up. Full screen.
Pulled it up. Okay.
Now, look at that. You tell me that is separated, the church...
what's separated, Mark?
Look at it.
I see.
You can't drive through to the apartment complex. It goes to the right. I'm saying that looks like entirely the church spot no matter what.
Wait, you would assume that the right is for the apartment house?
No, I wouldn't. The absolute opposite.
Oh, so you're saying you're on her side.
Come over here.
Okay, hold on.
You've got to see it.
All right, guys, hold on. Let's see.
Look. So I'm going to scroll back and forth. Here's the apartment complex.
Yes. Okay.
You can't miss it. They've got their own entrance here.
You would never assume that's the...
Not only that, look, it's separated by grass and everything. Right. You couldn't even drive through.
If you're still listening, you need to get this...
Now,
this helps your case.
Here's what I fear. Did she park over here? Because if she did, that's a whole different story. Then it's evident.
Get her on the phone. Did we get her numbers?
We need her back on. Because it's either evident she got screwed, unless she didn't actually go to the funeral or something.
We need you back if you're listening. We need you back because Mark found Google Earth really helps you. Or Maps. Is it Maps or Earth?
You would almost assume the Wyatt sign or whatever the private parking sign actually is for the church. Meaning, if you're not in the church, we'll tow your ass.
But she needs
or your butt.
She needs to show this. I need to, because it's really, it's confusing. And what happens when another party makes the rules and they are ambiguous, Mark?
Well, that means basically she's going to get her money back.
They're construed against the people who made the rules. Yes.
It's crazy, unless, once again, she's completely on the other side of that median. Then she's an idiot.
Shannon, I owe you another break. Are you swearing? What?
He's not joshing.
Yeah, so I'm behind, right? I'm behind. Oh, man, doggone it. I thought I was caught up. Okay, I'm not going to take the break yet. I'm sorry. I'll go late. Mary, what's going on?
Hello?
Yes, Mary, what's going on?
Okay. I'm a homeowner.
Yeah.
And I have maybe about 5 or 6 properties.
Yes.
And I hired this man to do the roof.
Yes.
And he doesn't have workers' comp.
Okay.
And I thought that I could get workers' comp as a homeowner
to
do work on my houses.
No.
No. You would, well, you can actually if you hire people. If you want to have employees and you send them from house to house and they're your maintenance crew, you can, yeah, you will have to insure them workers' comp. You don't have a choice. But if you hire an independent company and they don't have their own insurance, the danger is if one of the workers gets hurt, they can come and sue you directly. If you have any more questions, please hang on. I'll get back to you, okay? But I noticed, Donovan, you've been waiting a long time. Donovan, what did you need for advice? I'll think about it while we take a quick break. What do you need?
What I'm looking for, I've had to stay home and take care of my mom. I'm a plumber by trade.
Okay.
She's got dementia, so I decided to stop working. So what I'm looking for is like an at-home business, but something that's legitimate. So I'm wondering if there
aren't many. The only, honest to God, there aren't many. In fact, there are more scams than not.
Right.
What, in other words, if it's a real legit company, and then they need you at home to log on and do work, that's the only, in other words, a regular company that will let you work from home is what I'm saying, not a work at home. There are no work at homes unless it's your own company. If you start a company, give me an example. Just give me an example of what you heard about, because usually this question comes from people hearing about something. What have you heard about?
Oh, like some says, well, all we want you to do is answer emails, and we pay you, 25 cents an email, and then at the end of the week you...
Well, now, that might be true. That sounds like one that might be true, but there's so many scams masquerading as jobs. For example, they say 25 cents, but you might be sending out emails where you have to do something else, and then it averages 25 cents. Here's what I want to know. You send us the offers, email them to us, and we will literally help you step by step. Any offer you want. Suzanne, give him our email, help@troubleshooter.com.
Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers.
There is a problem right now. It's on I-25 north.
Oh my God, I forgot my own people too. Damn it. One clear choice. Trenner, I did one approval.
We'll just do makeup stuff.
Who? What do you think?
Well, oh no, I know this is what really, if this is right there, I agree. It's unless those green signs said something like this parking, right, something like that.
Warmer with a high of 38. Right now with clouds, it's
or if this sign says
traffic and weather on
something about the right-hand side.
Now.
Well, that's bad. That's a bad deal.
Okay, guys.
No, she didn't say anymore.
Simply Floors Inc. means Simply Savings. If you want to save up to 40 and 50%, honest to goodness, Simply Floors Inc. with all the same floor coverings as the big exchanges and warehouses and outlets and blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is visit them at 52nd and Ward, southwest corner, or look them up online, make your own appointment. They'll come to your home with a bunch of samples. Simply Floors Inc. Not only do you get savings, but you also get designer services, true designer services, and the best in the business when it comes to installations. Buddy Mitchell runs it from the top to the bottom. Everything is with a spirit of excellence. 303-456-4640. 456-4660, I mean, 4660, 456-4660. Back. You know what's best? Just go to simplyfloorsinc.com.
Did she say she parked behind the tree?
Maybe it's because they use
Mark, I can't remember. I have a feeling that she parked on the other side.
I do too.
Then it's really.
Do you remember her saying she parked behind the tree or no?
If she did, I don't.
Because if she did, she's on this side.
I agree. Totally agree.
See, now I'm like, I want to know where she parked. She's
Where
killing
was
us.
that tree?
Mark, Master Router's on our list. Right?
Yes. Yeah, they're good people. Why?
Because they have a special that's incredible. Most sewer line total replacements $49.95. I'm going to do it. It's a screaming deal.
Oh, you mean are they up on the thing?
No, I'm just going to, they just emailed me. Said that woman, we have a special for that woman you should.
Yeah, they kill. They kill on sewer line replacements. They kill on them, man.
They do it direct.
They had one.
They have their own division.
Yes, the woman had two bids. It was an elderly woman. She got through me through referral list. 14,000 and like 17,000. They knocked it out for about 5 or 6 grand.
Holy, that's killing me. 10 grand?
Oh, it wasn't even close.
Are you guys going to be recording in the office after
Oh
the
no,
show?
here. Hey, shit! I'm gonna go talk to him.
You know what? Bruno Mars is so cool.
He's amazing.
You might be able to, while I'm knocking Frank's out here, maybe you can do Jay's downstairs, or you can't.
I want to do Jay first, I thought.
Oh, that's fine, but you said you had to leave with Frank.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter. You're right, Mark. It doesn't matter.
Deal on windows, siding, or doors? Then name your deal. That's right. Do you want half off? Maybe 2-for-1 windows. Just how about a 40% discount on your whole house makeover project? Yes, ask. A one-of-a-kind sale, never before done. K&H Home Solutions is daring you to name your deal. Is there a catch? Yes, if they're crazy busy, they might counter-offer. If they're slow, you may get a deal of a lifetime. The worst that can happen is nothing, so you have nothing to lose. Email now, mydeal@khwindows.com. mydeal@khwindows.com. Go ahead, I dare you. Ask for half off. Who knows, even 60%? mydeal@khwindows.com. Do it now. Email.
Is there anything in particular you want me to start out with, though?
What's that?
Is there anything in particular you want me to call it or start with, or you'll just edit it down? It doesn't
Ask
matter.
him what he wants to hear, because you're good at it. You know the real estate part.
No, I'm talking for us, though. I'm saying, do you want me to refer to it as anything different than I usually would during the show?
You're listening to the Troubleshooter Show Special Edition, Inside the Referral List.
Perfect.
You want me to write it?
234. That's
Just email it to me.
734-1234. RetireWithTucker.com. This is not an offer to buy or sell. Securities are all.
And do you want me to say something like,
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair is doing the most incredible offer. I've talked about it before. God, I love these guys. You'll get your transmission estimated, if you're having transmission problems, free, and that includes, listen, removing it and taking it apart. And if you decide not to have it done, you're going to junk the car because, let's say it turns out to be catastrophic, they're not going to charge you. If you decide to go somewhere else, they're going to take a shot at the business and try to beat the price, but they're not going to charge you for the tear out and for the opening up. They're not going to charge you even if, they do the work. They're not going to include it in the bill. You will always get that estimate free. There's no other way of putting this. It is the best offer in the transmission industry. 303-781-9858. They're honest. They're good. You'll love. Okay, Mark, you said
line 1's in the church parking lot, but we don't know where she parked?
Yeah, well, let's get him on then.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I have a few things. Let's see. Let's go to Andrew. Andrew, this is really important. And Donovan, I didn't forget about you. Andrew, you're in that church parking lot?
I am.
You know what? We looked at it from Google Earth, and isn't it weird where that one part of the apartment house parking is on the right of the church parking?
So yeah, there's a fence in between the general church parking. It looks like, I think it's parking. It's covered in snow. I can't tell.
Yeah.
And then there's the apartment complex on the other side. And looking at the fence from the apartment complex, right next to that Wyatt's Towing sign, it does say Sunday visitors parking, but it's just in front of that fence.
Is it confusing to you?
It is. It is a little bit. I could see if I pulled in here, thinking that this would be a parking lot for church.
Well, Andrew, you know what? I'd be happy to buy you lunch. If he wants to come in as a common man, Suzanne, for doing that. Okay, listen, I don't know what your last question is, but I can talk to you off the air. Okay, are you going to hang on? Are you still there?
Hello?
Yeah, you hang on. I'm going to talk to you off the air, okay?
Oh, thank you, Tom.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Save all your problems for me. Attention.
Okay, here we are off the air. What was your additional question? I'm sorry we ran out of time. Are you there? Hello? Shannon, will this go on the air if I talk to him on the... Okay, I'm Tom. Hey, what's going on? Hello? Suzanne, is he on? I did. He's not on. Okay. Hello, are you there? Okay, what's going on? What's happening?
But that's what it said. It said Sunday parking.
Can you put Frank on the elevator for me, babe?
No, I don't know of any specifically, but there are a lot of companies. They'll do customer